All right, hold on a second, man, while I get this thing plugged up. All right, hold on a second. How's it going, everybody? This man tomorrow here. Thank you for like, sharing, comment, and subscribing to my channel. Today, we're gonna make these dudes put up or shut up. Because if this was Wheel of Fortune, there ain't no more consonants to spin the wheel for. There ain't no more vowels to vie for this motherfucking subject. You mean to tell me that we gonna let these punk ass niggas run through here and try to gas niggas up on ran throughs? Something wrong. Something wrong, man. Where is this cachet of fresh women that you're supposed to try this game on? Did anybody think of that? Anybody think of that? Did anybody think of that? Where are these fresh women that are untouched? That you're supposed to be practicing this low quality, low feedback noise bullshit on, man? What's going on, everybody? Some shout outs here. What's going on, Terrence B? What's going on, Demetrius Parham? What's going on, Venture Seeker? What's going on, Liam Johnson? What's going on, Esoteric 101? What's going on, Phantom Mute? What's going on, Jenny Olive? What's going on, John Johnson? What's going on, Mugen? What's going on, EDU? What's going on, Rollo Show? That's right. There ain't gonna be enough game nigga around this bitch to put in a fucking matchbox by the time I'm fucking done with it. What's going on, K-Man? These niggas are the fucking mouthpiece of the fucking Gynocracy. Why they trying to play like they fucking helping everybody out? They're trying to help everybody get access to their old baby mama so that way you can start taking care of their fucking responsibility as a fucking man. Because you know them punk ass niggas ain't gonna do it. So listen, man. Listen. This shit ain't that fucking hard, man. All you gotta do is look at the chats. Look at the chats. Where are all these fucking high quality women that you gonna try this low grade bullshit on? These niggas have got to fucking make their case. Oh, zero. They are the mouthpiece of the fucking gynocracy. They've always been the mouthpiece of the gynocracy. Don't you get it? These dudes have been switch hitters the entire fucking time. I know your dirty little secret. I know your dirty little secret. All right. Since your boy KC, I got a little song for us. So it's just think about the hard knock life, kind of soundtrack in the back of your mind. While I say this little tune right here. This shit ain't gonna work for us. This shit ain't gonna work for us. You niggas see this shit. You niggas see this shit. This shit ain't gonna work. Oh my God. These motherfuckers have been here the entire fucking time. What the fuck is this? Is this what it means to be a real nigga nowadays? Selling gynocratic bullshit? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, where are these high quality women at? Where are these women who didn't take your dumb ass to child support court? Where the fuck are these people at, bro? Where the fuck are these people? These motherfuckers here gotta be outside their motherfucking mind. Come around this bitch later on in fucking life. Straight up being the voice of the everyday ran through. Telling you all this shit about mythical bitches. Cause we can't point to the low quality motherfuckers who are here right now. We can't do that, apparently. Man, what's going on, man? Like, how do y'all almost get us with this bullshit? What's going on, Hope? These dudes are quite naturally telling you that in order for you to get sexual access and be loyal to the black race in this fucking environment, you ought to take a motherfucker on deck, assuming that she is of high quality, exercising low quality bullshit. Because here's the thing. Do you really want the women that have these motherfuckers out here with the highest level of self-esteem out this bitch? Do you really want access to a woman like that? Do you really want access to a woman who would have you out here acting a goddamn fool? Really? Where the fuck are these high quality women at? Hey, I know they stunting on mythical bitches, but it's time for these motherfuckers to start putting up, man. Y'all know so much about the motherfucking game, right? Y'all got to provide us some motherfucking receipts, man. What's going on, Mike V? What's going on, Soul Shader? Listen, man. Because I knew this game shit was going to bring the worst out of the worst niggas in this space and in the environment. But I just wanted to see how fucking long that we was going to let these niggas get away with this shit before we call this shit what it is. I want to see some of these women who's not part of the fucking gynocracy that you niggas are good at. I want to see this shit. This ain't no Pookie and Ray Ray shit. This ain't no educated lame shit. This ain't none of that shit. Hey, I want to see these high quality motherfuckers who you got access to. And I want to see it this way. I want to see her when she was in her sexual prime, and I want to see what the fuck she look like right now. To see if we should be clowning your motherfucking ass for pretending that you got game. Where these motherfuckers at? They are every time you try to hold a woman responsible in the fucking environment, here come one of these grenade jumping simps. Yes, that's what I'm gonna call you. A grenade jumping simp who's out here caping for abject motherfuckers out here who's also fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. But hey, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe all of these senior retirees on the market who be in your channel and your chat pieces. Yeah, I seen that. You wanna know why they're in your chat? Because they think you're fucking stupid. So stupid that you're willing to feed other people into a system that you didn't even win at. And here's the thing. I understand why the women are doing it. I understand it. And I don't fucking blame them. Listen, if you got a very free PR firm called the relationship industry, a very clear PR firm, a free PR firm, a very free one. You don't even have to pay membership to it. They do all this shit for free. They do this shit for the fucking free. Claiming that they got all this motherfucking knowledge and all this shit. Motherfucker, it's time for you to put up. Show me your intact family that you fucking created with your goddamn game, nigga. Show me. Show me how you bypass the fucking court system with game, nigga. Show me. Show me this shit. Man, look. Now, like I said, the women who gather around this shit, I understand why. Because it's for their benefit. I get that. That makes a ton of fucking sense. If you got a bunch of dumb, sexless niggas who claim that they got more access than the actual sexless niggas in the environment, and they don't have to fucking show any type of proof, what the fuck did you expect for them motherfuckers to be able to do? Like I said, I don't blame the motherfucking women. Because these women have been lied to by some of these clown ass motherfuckers who told them, what's going on, social, that there was gonna be a crop of dumbass fucking men sitting back by. All you gotta do is give me the draws, and I'm gonna make sure that these motherfuckers gonna crawl right through this fucking hole and crawl their ass right through this fucking landmine for you. Just give me the draws though. Give me the draws though. I'll make sure that you got a lot of sucker ass motherfuckers who you can eat off of later. And don't worry about raising your motherfucking kids, because raising your motherfucking kids would raise the awareness level of men within the fucking environment, and they would turn around and probably not date your motherfucking ass. So what we gonna do is we gonna skeet these kids up in you, and we gonna watch you malraise the fucking children, and then we gonna turn around later on in fucking life and blame the fucking children for being in the predicament that they fucking in. Not the nigga she chose, not the nigga who didn't choose to stick around, but the motherfucker who's going through the shit. We gonna expect this dude to raise his motherfucking self around here. And here's what we also gonna do within this masculine environment that we created right now. So what we gonna do is we gonna make sure that this motherfucker has no fucking help whatsoever in figuring this shit out. Because we got old motherfuckers who they gave their ass to as well. That's why most of these old dudes are fucking compromising shit around here. And no goddamn well they've been dipping in the motherfucking youth. Tearing these motherfuckers the fuck out. And everybody is looking around for they sucker ass fucking dude to fucking retire off of. And you motherfuckers got the nerve to tell SYSBM niggas that we're not loyal to the race? Where's your fucking track record at? That's what I'm saying. Yes, these motherfuckers are the fucking mouthpiece for the fucking Gynocracy. These niggas are carnival barkers and town criers for the fucking Gynocracy. A male's loyalty within this environment is being stupid as fuck and accepting anything. A woman's level of loyalty in this environment is just to enjoy her motherfucking self until the walls fall out. What kind of shit is this? What the fuck is this? Am I wrong? I can't be blind, right? I gotta be fucking crazy to take a fucking deal this fucking crazy. And you got the married motherfuckers who are so disloyal to people within this fucking environment, trying to set the actual idea of what loyalty is within the environment. I don't get this shit. So you have to realize how this shit fucking happened. You see, when you don't have minimum fucking standards, your environment will be eventually overrun by the motherfuckers who you should have kept the fucking door closed for in the first goddamn place. Apparently anybody could just walk up to this motherfucker and say they give a fuck about black people. Any motherfucking body can do that. No track record, no nothing. You could just say that you give a fuck. And we supposed to breed your dog ass for doing that. I'm not making peace with none of these motherfuckers, man. That ain't my fucking job. Y'all motherfuckers got a lot to fucking answer for within this fucking environment. You goddamn right we're not gonna let your ass off the hook. What kind of motherfucker would let you off the hook with a track record like that? But somehow, we're supposed to shut the fuck up about it. To help them feel good with the decisions that they made in the fucking environment about it, right? That's what the fuck we supposed to be doing out here. We supposed to help the exact motherfuckers who helped fuck this shit up in the first place be the same motherfuckers who's gonna take up arms to help everybody in the same workplace. This shit is fucking crazy. And the only accomplishment they got is being first of like 200 swimming around in that DNA pool of shit that they've been fucking trying to prop up all this fucking time. I get it. You don't want to pay them motherfucking child support payments, and you want somebody to take over this fucking debt of yours. I get it. But what the fuck you not gonna do is you're not gonna be flushing down the goddamn youth down the fucking toilet trying to clean up your fucking mess. So these game niggas are the fucking mouthpiece of the fucking Gynocracy. What the fuck you think they were using their mouthpiece to do? You see, these pieces of shit were trying to make it socially fucking acceptable for you to come in and play a relief pitcher to a 99-0 fucking game bottom of the fucking night. So they're gonna call your ass in so that way you can close out the fucking game so that way you can get the loss. And here's the thing. They tried to make it look like because you see the abject reality of the shit that's going on in the fucking environment, you got a problem. You didn't get no ass back in the day. Well, dude, listen, man. If you didn't get no ass back in the day, be proud that you're not responsible for this shit the way it fucking is. Be proud of that shit. But you also gotta be proud of that shit and move on to different shit, man. You don't let shitty people give you a shitty fucking deal, man. Every fucking day I talk to one of these pieces of shit, man. Every fucking day I'm hearing person after person after person jump on this fucking game train and nobody wants to take responsibility for the actual current condition of the fucking community. That's for other people to worry about. So I guess if you have so much game, your ass is not responsible. Not responsible for it. You can just brag on how you destroyed the shit, but you ain't responsible for the fucking condition of this shit. Tell them again, Goshen. You see, when you got these old fucking hucksters and frauds coming in your fucking face, trying to lower your fucking self-esteem and self-worth, so that way you are beneath these motherfuckers, so that way you can start believing in they motherfucking dream. It's their fucking dream for everybody to walk hand in hand and everybody forgive each other. That ain't your motherfucking dream. You didn't do shit to this fucking place to fuck it up like this. And you got the nerve of these niggas coming around this bitch claiming that they got game, so therefore they're not responsible for this shit. And they're not going to provide this hidden cachet of fucking decent women who the fuck they got access to with this shit. Nigga, it's clear they're divorcing the goddamn Gynocracy. While trying to act like they was trying to fucking help you. This type of shit I'm talking about, man. Black men are some unprincipled motherfuckers, man. Unprincipled as shit. They'll let anybody come around and make a dollar off the fucking environment. Just so long as that they ain't got to take responsibility for the shit. We not sending kids into this shit to fix this shit for you old niggas. We don't give a fuck about that shit. If you got game, give these niggas a goddamn broom and a fucking dustpan and a motherfucking vacuum. You let these limp-wristed, hoe-ass niggas fucking vacuum up all this shit that they fucking broke. That they claim that they fucking got figured out. You base your whole fucking masculinity on a woman who's gonna tear your motherfucking ass out the frame and you still didn't win. You got the nerve to come out in this bitch and try to fucking socially fucking trying to make it socially acceptable for people to date people in this goddamn current condition. This shit is fucking crazy. What the fuck are we doing here, folks? What was all these older fucking adults trying to protect the fucking kids? They were nowhere to be fucking found, was it? What was all these Generation X motherfuckers out here trying to protect the next generation of kids from this fucking bullshit? Oh, modern day brothers. Oh my God. That sounds like a nigga who lost his fucking mind. Yeah, well, I don't want to be a real man if that's what the definition of a fucking real man is. It's very easy to put kids on the right fucking path if you actually want them to turn out and be something within the fucking environment. But since these niggas' priority was trying to fuck on something in the goddamn environment and not try to fucking fix shit in the motherfucking environment, that was what their fucking priorities was. Their priorities wasn't fixing the shit. Their priorities was watching your inexperienced dumb ass have this basic ass fucking information so your ass can get torn out the frame. If you watched Zero Stream last night, when you seen the motherfucking grown man ass mascots destroying them fucking children on that fucking Pee Wee football field, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Here's the thing, man. You deserve a fresh fucking chance. I believe it. So y'all got to recognize, man. The reason why these women don't say shit when these game niggas come around is because they know it's for their fucking benefit. And they laughing at these dumbass niggas as they try to send other people down a fucking road that they'll never fucking go down. That's what the game is about. A game of musical fucking chairs. So that way when the music stops, your ass ain't got nowhere to sit. So y'all have to realize within this fucking environment to which we are at, that this shit is not your fucking responsibility. Are there people who've done it right? Obviously. Are there a high number? No. Are you gonna use game to turn non-quality motherfuckers into quality motherfuckers? Hell no. You see, you gotta go all together. Because niggas without they shit together brag on women. But that's just where we at, folks. And every time I look around, there's always a new crew of dumb motherfuckers who want to come out here and make it socially fucking acceptable to make it look like they're responsible for getting all the ass in the goddamn community, but don't give a fuck about the outcomes of the fucking community. They truly just trying to serve up these motherfucking new ass kids, man. And that's some bullshit right there. Not in this environment, Terrence B. I suggest you get your shit all the way the fuck together and go get your ass some fresh fucking specimens out here. Because these dudes ain't trying to do nothing but give your ass access to fucking ran-throughs who got a hell of a lot more experience than you do out in this environment. I see this shit every fucking day. I see old motherfuckers who let their good kids get nested on by these old motherfuckers in the goddamn environment. Shit is fucking crazy. That's just where we at, though. We are surrounded by so many non-quality people within this environment that this is the type of shit that we got going on. But you're supposed to help clean this shit up for what reason? What fucking reason? Is this really what the future's supposed to look like? Where obviously spent women and inexperienced men are supposed to join hands and fucking repopulate this shit like Zion from the Matrix or some shit?
Is that what we got going here? That's just where we at, man. These people are the mouthpieces of fucking Gynocracy, man. They're trying to act like they real niggas and that they so motherfucking got this shit figured out, man. It's some fucking clown shit. Straight up fucking clown shit. But that's the type of hoe ass niggas you got in this environment, man. This is why you can't have peace and order around this bitch. Why? Everybody wants to be a hoe ass nigga. Everybody want to come to YouTube and be a fuck nigga. Everybody want to come to this bitch and want to try on Pookie for a fucking day in this motherfucker. It's fucking disgusting. And you got whack nigga after whack nigga pull up and try to grandstand on the fucking ran through and try to bait you into fucking heading off into that building with no fucking flame retardant, and so that bitch can explode the moment you get to it. Like I said, I ain't never letting you niggas off the hook. Never. I'm never gonna make peace with you niggas. Ever. Till you clean this shit up, it ain't gonna never happen, dude. Fuck that. So what y'all have to realize in this fucking environment, when motherfuckers start talking this game shit, it's time for these motherfuckers to start producing some motherfucking receipts. I want to see this intact family household that you created with your fucking so-called game. Because right now, there's a lot of motherfuckers hurting out here. What's going on, Wayman Brown? And a lot of these motherfuckers are trying to make sure that you take over their fucking responsibilities by trying to make their women socially acceptable for you to be around. They already gave you an amazing marketing job telling you that these motherfuckers ain't gonna change, so I don't know what the fuck are you doing. So, yeah, so what the fuck are you doing? And a lot of these people actually think that they're gonna fucking change once they get their so-called turn on this shit. You gotta understand, you may not survive your turn on this shit while you waiting your turn on this shit. Hold on, Longwell. So you got a lot of motherfuckers around here, man. A lot of motherfuckers like this shit the way it is. A lot of them do. And unfortunately, I agree. So go over there to your fucking people and you go clean this shit up. You gotta realize the track records of some of these niggas around here in this fucking space, man. Trying to tell you that you gotta take care of other motherfuckers' kids and all this old crazy ass shit. This shit is dumb as fuck, man. Yes, I'm telling you, as a man, you should motherfucking go get a fresh fucking chance out here with a fresh-minded motherfucker. Because this shit ain't gonna work. Currently the way it is working. Nobody asked these motherfuckers to go out there and go do that shit. I wish Gabe A had a channel. So that way he could tell us the high-minded ideas of what a Gabe A actually does when he ain't out here fucking lying about his goddamn track record and shit. That's what I would love to know. But what I'm saying is this, fellas, you still got to get your shit together. If not, you're going to be one of these game niggas around here bragging on access to ran-throughs because you get to manage your whole feelings so that way you feel special and shit. That shit ain't nothing to be fucking feeling special about, man. It make you look dumb as fuck out here. And you bringing the fucking value of masculinity down with this fucking hoe shit. We don't need this fucking shit around here. Hold on, David Bowman. So what y'all gotta understand is, man, is that these hoe ass niggas did not want masculinity to fucking work right. This is why they changed masculinity from something that was based on accomplishments to something that just basically got sexual access. Like I said before, were supposed to be a byproduct of success. It wasn't supposed to be a definition of success. You see, when you can't cut the mustard as a productive ass nigga, that's when you start making up fucking career fields that only hoe ass niggas can fucking fit into. Like, you got the game. If your ass has so much game, where the fuck is this game in the fucking Olympics? You mean to tell me that game is just some shit that's in this fucking culture? Game would actually be a fucking competition, now would it? But all it is just social acceptance of the counterpart within this environment without too much shame. That's all it is. By dudes who ain't got no other accomplishments to their fucking belt but getting first access to this motherfucker in the environment. It really don't make no sense to me, man. So tell me, which one of these people who you want to trust with this track record within this environment? Who is it that you want to trust within this environment? You see, what most of these wannabe street motherfuckers don't tell you is that they was made to take the fucking charge because they was too stupid to fucking get their name out of some shit. Because they didn't know the fucking difference between snitching and correcting your fucking record so that way you don't go down for some fucking bullshit. So you end up taking the charge on some fucking goofy ass shit and end up fucking your whole life up on it. That's a lot to say about these OG niggas around here too, man. Man, dude, listen, man. I get like 3 of these emails a day. 3 of them. Oh, brother MOT, you can't be talking down on the game. Man, you got more game than anybody else. I'm like, dude, I just got accurate fucking information on what the fuck you asked for. That's not game. It's accurate information on what you asked for. It ain't game that I got a problem with. It's the hoe ass niggas who have attached themselves to game. That is what I do have a problem with. So y'all have to realize this, man. They coming for the kids, man. That's the only market that they haven't really conquered. It's the fucking children. This is why you got everybody in this fucking space who's all of a sudden a relationship expert. Hold on, ask us now. How do we got 50-year-old motherfuckers who are not in the relationship market at all, dating anybody, claiming that they got information for people to fucking listen to? Like, look, if you're gonna be giving out information, shouldn't you be in the ideal place to where you're actually teaching from? Okay, so how are you listening to relationship advice from somebody who's clearly not in the fucking market? How does that make any sense? Would you love your 17-year-old nephew listening to one of these 50-year-old niggas in this environment trying to give them relationship advice? Do you think that would go down very well? Do you think you would introduce him to them personally? The shit has got so bad where you got decent looking black women who are single doing the same whole ass shit that motherfuckers are doing. This shit doesn't make any sense, man. You still got hoe ass niggas around here still acting like they know everything about women. What the fuck is this? Since they all seem to be gathered on one side of one team, I say we let them stay up there. Push that motherfucking ladder out and let them motherfuckers belly flop off that fucking mountain. So you got two choices. You can stay on that mountain or you can be street pizza. That's your only choice. This is the type of shit that I don't get. How we let people who pretended to be destroyers of yesterday try to come in this bitch and try to lead people somewhere. It's amazing how you have women who are not feminine at all try to come in this motherfucker and acting like they leading men somewhere. Oh, they understand what you're going through. But you push these motherfuckers into a corner and they act just the same as any other motherfucking nameless fucking ratchet out here. Anyone. But don't worry. They're using the actual idea of their forgiveness as an idea that you should believe in. The only thing you got to do is give up your quest for justice. The only thing you got to do is accept things in their current fucking condition. That's the only fucking thing you got to do. Because that's your part in this whole fucking simulacrum. It's for you just to accept. For you just to bow your fucking head. That's the fucking problem here. And these motherfuckers came to a space where men are actually trying to get their shit together to fucking show most of these motherfuckers ain't changed at all. I don't blame them. Sometimes, man, the best fucking thing you can do in life is to be shown how many people actually believe in the actual concept that they fucking claim to be hanging around in the first place. That's a fucking gift. That ain't no fucking curse. I like knowing what the fucking score is. I like knowing where I fucking stand. So that way I could just make adjustments. But a lot of these motherfuckers came to this fucking space to have their second fucking childhood, man. What's going on, Zach? And the second childhood niggas, what the fuck they wanted to do with their goddamn life? Did they want to correct shit in the past that they possibly got wrong? Nope. What they wanted to do is they wanted to act like they was actually the motherfucking person who was chose to destroy the fucking environment. You got a lot of check swinging ass niggas around here, man. You got a lot of check swinging ass niggas around here. You got a lot of motherfuckers sitting in the butt poles and shit, man. You got a lot of these motherfuckers around here. You got a lot of these Venditti rule switch hitting motherfuckers around here, switch pitching motherfuckers around here. You got too many of them. So much so that this shit kind of doubles as the default level of black masculinity in this motherfucking environment. Too many ground rule double niggas in this fucking environment who thought they hit a fucking home run. And that's where we at. These are the motherfuckers who want us to let them off the fucking hook for their second fucking childhood. So not only did they fuck up the first time, but they came through a second fucking time and want to fuck that up too. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like the rule of the conservation of mass. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, but change into one form or another. That's what the game is, man. They want you to worship this fucking golden fucking cow of fucking bullshit as a standard of masculinity. If this was such the fucking standard, then why ain't nobody else coming over here practicing the same standard? Why is it that motherfuckers got a new lease on life and the first thing they want to do is prove how much of a fuck nigga that they wasn't back in the day in the fucking flesh and blood human form? That's what I'm talking about. But they'll look to you and try to tell you that if you was only sexually accepted within the environment, you wouldn't feel this way about it. That's some goofy ass shit, man. That's some shit that never should have happened and never should have went on in the fucking environment. But that's just where we at with it. People have decided in order for us to go forward as a fucking people, we got to concentrate on the wrong motherfucking people first. We got to go and focus on all the motherfuckers who've been locked the fuck up during this drug trade shit. Not really try to help motherfuckers who are actually out here, who reformed, who did shit right. We got to go back for the worst of the worst first. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't help them. I'm just saying there's a ton more other motherfuckers who we can help. But we decided on our own that this shit wasn't gonna ever fucking work. It's just some people are kind of noticing it more than others as the track record go on. So, since I got my shit off my chest about how these game piece mouthpiece motherfuckers are the mouthpiece of the Gynocracy, ran throughs, the late retirees, the new feminine fucking women who the fucking airbrushed on femininity and now they want to fucking come through and fucking retire off somebody else's hard fucking work. So they can take care of some other nigga. And that's fucking crazy. So the game niggas can by all means make a response video. I want to see where these cash crop of fucking decent women are at. If this shit fucking work on, they won't fuck your shit up. That's all I'm saying. Because who knows? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong fucking thing out here. But it's gonna take masculine fucking men and not really none of these motherfuckers here that's gonna move forward. That's gonna be the fucking deal here, man. And what you got to recognize, man, that this is your only fucking shot to get this right. You can't be worried about these old motherfuckers out here, man. Who done had their fucking time? The only thing they want to do is fuck your fucking chance up too. Trying to make their mistakes better. That shit didn't work. My fucking grandfather would never fucking let me get away with thinking that type of shit. He wanted to make sure that you knew what the fuck you was here and why. But now we just overran by these type of motherfuckers, man. A lot of them are even in my generation. And I'm in my 40s. But you gotta be able to stay the fuck away from these people. No track record, no fucking accomplishment, not fucking with you. We ain't got time to be taking no motherfucking nails out here, man. Every time you fucking look around, there's another motherfucker out here selling this bullshit. Every time you look around, there's another motherfucker who claims they got this shit figured out. We got very good cameras out there. You know, iPhone got a good camera. Insta360R, they got a good camera. GoPro got a good camera. None of these motherfuckers can turn the fucking camera on and show us all this fucking order that they've been working toward the entire time. Why the fuck do you think that is? Because this shit was never meant to fucking work. Not so long as they was part of the fucking team. That's what this shit was about, man. So these motherfuckers gonna pull up and set up shop right here in thinking black man space, acting like they run shit because they got access to a fucking motherfucker back in the day.
Let's talk about something else.
That shit's crazy.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Guest lists and then there's enough.
Sitting there getting the car fixed today, so don't mind me. Just keep continuing talking.
Come ask Robin, man. She said no.
Man, you got some background, dude.
Why?
Yeah, my background, man. Yeah, I'm at the shop right now.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, man, but this is just where we at, man. These people are really just sitting in our fucking face, spitting in our fucking face, man. Acting like they run this shit. This shit is stupid as fuck. But that's where we at, though. Fuck. You fucking serious? Hold on a second. Yeah, man, but this is where we are, folks. This is the great future where they try to rush back in. Get the strap for what? Shit, I ain't using nothing on these motherfuckers, man. They already out of here. What's going on, Mr. Imp? Got your background cleared up?
Is it cleared up yet?
I still hear like a TV or something in the background, man.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the oil shop right now. I'm getting the car fixed.
All right. So that's what you got on this topic, man.
On this topic of the game, it's useless. The game is always going to be useless.
I
mean, it's
I just seen a bunch of. Go ahead, finish.
it's like, man, like we see the outcomes all around us, man. You know, we see the outcomes all around us, but for some reason, we can't talk about the outcomes of the fucking shit around us, but we're trying to feed more motherfuckers in it. Like, I don't get this shit, right? I don't get it. And that's just where we at. Other people, man, hit the fucking link and get up here. Y'all got something to say on this shit. Yeah, I know. And, you know, I can't bring him back. You know, if he can't go outside or something, man, I can't bring him on with that loud ass background and shit. So let me drop the link out there again, so that way people can come out here and do this shit. Because we gonna make these motherfuckers start showing some fucking proof around here. Hey man, we're gonna have to start making these motherfuckers show some proof. I wanna see it. I wanna fucking see it. I wanna see on a one-to-one basis the shit that you claim that you got figured out. I wanna see the shit. Oh, what's going on, man?
What's going on with you, Moti?
Nothing much, man. It's just that I'm looking around and I see how this shit. Oh shit, we got King Sigma in the house. What's going on, King Sigma? Oh, is that Adam?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up
he
with you, MOT, Mr. M, Spiritual Logic Chat? How's everyone doing on this Friday, man?
was
Oh,
good,
we're
man.
doing all right, man. It's just that, man. We got to start cleaning house around here, man. Like we can't just be having people out here destroying the reputation of black men via trying to turn people on to some shit that's going to end up fucking their life up, man. That's some bullshit, man.
Well, I think it's unfortunate, but ultimately, it kind of brings us back full circle to the conversation of when you weight the impact of different factors on the current state of the black majority in America, you start to see how much of it is mostly self-inflicted. Now, me being from Milwaukee and growing up in the backyard of Chicago and being from that working class environment, all through my childhood, you know, I kind of grew up with the typical stereotypical aspiration that most black boys from urban Midwest. I wanted to be a drug dealer. I wanted to be a basketball player. I wanted to be an entertainer. And it was actually later in my teenage years that I really discovered, you know, Richard Wright, Frederick Douglass, and stuff like that. But just looking at my environment, the brothers, you know, the older men that I saw around me that really was winning within my community, it was always like the pimps, the drug dealers, and you know, those couple that made it out into like sports. So it was always about the flash and things like that. And so as I got older, I come to realize that so much of it was based on the kind of ideas that each person embraced themselves. So when we talk about the game, right? And I've heard millions of definitions of it, but we could just go back to the more traditional definition of game, starting with like pimps and how they came about. These guys were very thorough. They had certain rules of how they got down, and they showed results. Whatever you may feel about pimps or whatever, they had rules to what they did. They showed the results and the receipts. Matter of fact, they took the most pride in having like large stables of women as representative of their receipts. Now, what has happened in the last 50 years, game has become like this nebulous idea that it can basically just be anything to the point where it's useless. Because to me, any kind of like philosophy, any kind of ideology that one chooses to embrace has to do at least two things, in my opinion. It has to order your life, and it has to solve problems. That's it. That's why I just say how, because you, in order to solve problems, you have to have order. You know what I'm saying? So whatever philosophy, whatever philosophy or whatever ideology that you're choosing to embrace, it's gonna have to order your life. And once your life get ordered, then it becomes a test of how efficient is this ideology in solving problems. Now, when we look at the last 50 years, I mean, if you're a black boy that grew up in urban America, this is what you grew up with, the game and, womanizing and living the fast life, YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. But we look at the results overall for the black majority, and it's been horrendous. So to me, you got a lot. So I had to start thinking about it, and I come to find out that some of the biggest espousers of quote unquote nebulous game are actually game sales. Now, what do I mean? Everyone always knew those dudes that lied on their dick, right? Growing up. It was always that dude that he talked about how many women he had this, how much money he got. But then when you found out that he didn't have the money he said he had, didn't have the bitches or anything, but he was the most robust in talking about it. So I guess for me, it's like, if this game is so ubiquitous since the 70s, then all the problems that are related to Black America that's outside of themselves, it should have been solved already, because internally, we know that the pimps and the players and the D-boys have been elevated to the highest levels of the Black society in the mean, is what I'm saying. Not overall, I'm talking about just in the mean. Those have been the ones that most Black boys have been encouraged to aspire to be if they don't have the athleticism to get into the pros. But that was always like, that's why you got so many NFL players. I don't know if you heard, but a cat that used to play for the Cowboys, he was one of their receivers. He just got knocked for selling keys, and he was a damn good receiver for the Cowboys back like 10 years ago. But he just got knocked for moving weight. You got a lot of, so there's that interchange where it's like D-boy, athlete, entertainer, and they work as backup plans for each other. So that's been like the model that a lot of Black boys have been pushed into by older Black men and their own mothers. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that's what this boils down to, is that you got a lot of game sales that they don't have these beautiful women at all. I can tell you that right now. First off, that just ain't happen. That just, you could just get it up. If you was to hear what women these dudes are talking about from like, a coastal standpoint, I always like to go to LA, Miami, New York. You're talking about women that are under a 4, and then they're coming in with lots and lots of baggage. It'll be one thing if a bitch just wasn't that pretty, right? Because we know there's women that, because it's like a credit card, you know what I'm saying? So let's say she's like a 4 or 5. She's not pretty, she's not cute, but she's not oogly, right? But she has everything else in her life going for her. Her body's banging. She has a great job. She's submissive and all of that. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about lowering the standards. Yeah, we're talking about lowering the standards to a point where the lowest tier women become the norm by what you're trying to push on other men. And the dudes that are doing this, what they're saying is that an average of 4 by 100 equals 100. That's what they tell themselves. Whereas all you need is one high quality woman that's very attractive. You see what I'm saying? So those dudes you classify as game sales, right? Those are game sales, not game type. Do you understand how rare it is to meet another man that just has like dripping charisma in real life? That doesn't happen very often, because that's like a superpower, right? Those are the dudes that you would have saw on like Pimps Up, Hoes Down, that are just dripping with charisma. That shit is rare, period. I don't care what you say. It's like being able to dunk a basketball with a 42-inch vertical, right? That's how rare dripping charisma is. So what you got are a lot of guys who have lowered their standards so low that in the eyes of the 3s and the 4s that they come in contact with, that shit makes them think, well, I'm great. But when you get in the presence of anyone with real charisma and real talent, then they'll wilt away like a dead flower. So what you have is a lot of game sales, and they have their fanboys who follow them. But at the end of the day,
all right, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had
ain't a pretty hoe in sight. It's that simple. Ain't a pretty hoe in sight.
Yeah, and if I could add to what you're saying, because you eloquently said that these guys don't even realize that the weak position that they deal with women actually makes them prey. They think just because a woman uses you that she respects you. So these guys, they go into these hoes at the weak position, and they think that what they say game is just arguing back and forth. You have to keep negotiating with her to have to have an illusion of the basic respect that should have been established from the get-go. But they don't believe in that. They just believe you have to keep arguing back and forth to maintain, I don't know, an illusion of respect. But see, they never have it. And that's why they have to constantly use Mouthpiece. They have to constantly talk and sing and dance and all this crap for a woman to actually, you know, use them, because they're not in a position of, you know, of respect, of, I'm not even gonna say authority, but just a position where
Power.
the woman is actually catering to them. They're catering to the woman's ego 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah. And they
You
have the
know,
nerve to spread this shit around all the black men as if all of the rest of black men are missing out because they ain't been sexually pumped and dumped and like sent to child support court and all this shit. You know, the game niggas are actually going through within the environment.
yeah.
Why
If I would,
why haven't the game sales solved the problem of like draconian child support laws? Because again, based on the argument of the game sales, they say that they have the answer. Wouldn't one of the first things that the game sales would have solved is the problem of child support, considering that we already know that there's only like a less than 20 to 30% of black men that are the major targets of the family law banking system. They're the ones that are getting, you know, their money take. They're the ones that get 20 to 25% of their income taken, and some of these, it's like they just completely drop out of the traditional employment because they're getting, you know, gotten so badly by the family law banking system. So, wouldn't one of the first things that the game sales would solve would be the family court predicament, because they're the ones that it's a barrier to their own self-development and their own, you know, happiness, right?
But you know why they can't solve that problem is because in the game scenario, the women are the pimps and the dudes are the hoes, and they don't want to accept that. You're coming out of the wrong position where the women don't respect these dudes and they're pimping these dudes out because the dudes are in a begging position. You know, they're begging women who don't have no value, and they're putting themselves in this negotiating position for basic peace, having their peace and their finances held hostage by a ran through. You know, it's so it's so irrational, and to talk about it is to dumb yourself down.
Yeah, I mean,
And they particularly go into it for a specific type of loss, and then they claim victory. Like that's the shit that I don't get. It's like these people know that they're going into a no-win fucking situation, but these people are acting like they're like up in the chip stack when they're not really. Ain't got that many chips left, and they done went all in on some pocket two shit with like two aces on the board. Like what's going on, man?
I mean, to me, it's like if you had so much game to that extent, then you'd actually be in Hollywood, or you'd be in on the highest levels of Wall Street, or you'll be at the highest levels of even the entertainment game. Because if the game is that pure, that liquid, again, I'll say it again. In my experience, you know, dripping charisma is on the level with the ability of being able to run a 4.2 40-yard dash, or like having a 42-inch vertical or some shit like that. It's a very rare thing, and it's a very, very powerful gift. Most of it's actually something that you're born with. Some of it's based on like your environmental socializing, but from my experience, a heavy percentage of it is natural born type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no doubt, you can improve on what you're born with based on your personality type. You can try to max out and tap out, which every man should do, which is why I'm always telling brothers, focus on your self-actualization. Focus on finding out what is your core personality. You can get that from your own knowledge. You can get that from those around you, or you can go to professional help, Rob. But you got to find out who you are at your core. Not every man is going to be gifted with 100% charisma, 100% tech skills, 100%. It doesn't work like that. Nature doesn't work like that. It gives us all our strengths and our weaknesses. And our goal should always be to first tap out at our best thing that nature gave us, and then to spend the rest of the time that we have working on our weakness. But a lot of these dudes that go around talking all this game shit, why, if they have so much game, why are they at the same level as those that will tell you that they don't have any game? You should be so superior that when I turn on the television, they should be just having starlets around them. They should have the WAP team around them. And then the men themselves should be surrounded by other men that have that same energy. But that's not what you see. What you see is a big fish in a very, very small dry pond mentality, where some guys, again, the real issue here is the fatherless epidemic in Black America.
Yeah.
So the motherfuckers is so depleted and deficient of masculinity and role models that they just jump onto anything, because they don't. Again, it's not even their fault. A lot of these brothers, they're like the Lost Boys, right?
Mama's love.
They never seen any kind of masculine energy in their life. And it's a lot of brothers are walking around with issues because I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Mike Tyson had like a documentary recently. And it was something in there that was so disturbing in his childhood rearing. It's just really sad. He talked about how until he got taken in by the foster home, he used to be in the bed with his mom while she turned tricks. Growing up in the 70s and 80s. Imagine that. The first 13 years of your life, you lived in an apartment that was so small and the culture was so fucked up in the area that Tyson grew up in. He said that he started acting out eventually, and that got him saved because he got sent to the boys, prison or whatever. And then the little boxing community took him in. But he talked about the fact that he used to be forced to sit in the same bed as his mother while she got ran through by tricks to pay the fucking rent, man, back in the 70s and early 80s, man. Damn. And it's a lot of black boys out there that grew up in very similar circumstances through the 80s and the 90s as well. Tyson was lucky that he had a gift from God and someone found him that could mold that talent. But how many black boys that weren't gifted with that kind of athleticism or musical talent that have fallen through the cracks over the last 30 years? So we need to be realistic about this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of those people overcompensate from being in those horrific circumstances by pretending like they got the shit under control right now. What's going on, Art? But and that's the kind of trauma that motherfuckers go through and how they pass it on to everybody else within the environment by trying to superimpose whatever the way that they feel superiority-wise because they've been through that type of shit onto other people within the same environment.
Yeah, it's just sick, man. It's pure emotion. All we hear is emotion. It's like you say, we're asking for results, but there'll never be any results because these people are bitter and they're happy from the consequences of their own bad decision making. And they really are trying to cloak themselves in the productivity and good decision making of men like us who have avoided, dealing with the issues they deal with. So what they do, if you notice that these guys, they have to come to this space and they create controversy. So they'll never deal with the actual argument or the actual problem. They'll just create conflict and drama with us and make that their content because they have no argument. They never have anything to say.
I think that parasitical template is way, way more stronger in the black meme than we want to admit. So we tend to uplift a parasitical class of individuals because the expectations within that community are so low for what the standard of behavior should be, what the standard of accomplishment should be, and how stabilized a community should be. Again, the feminine principle is chaos, right? So if you have an environment that's dominated by the feminine principle, it's going to gravitate towards chaos, not order. And so I guess that's where me and MOT, we diverge on this. MOT is willing to invest a lot of energy into it, whereas someone like myself, I learned in childhood. I had already figured this shit out, man, that most of the problems for black people was culture. I knew this shit by like the age of 12. I knew it, like I understood it. And that's why I turned my own life around. Because growing up with my cousins and my brothers, I used to get into a lot of trouble, but I just never got caught like they did, right? Like they were engaged in a lifestyle to the point where they were willing to go to prison for it, and they wanted all the rewards that came with. Whereas me, I was like, I'm not willing to endure going to prison. Like one of my uncles who just got out of prison, and he just did a 25-year bid. He's 70 years old, man. He just got out 3 months ago. 70 years old, bro. He missed out on all of his he got one son. His son now is in his late 40s, but he missed out on everything. And he just got out at 70. And based on the average age for most people, I mean, how much more time does a black man at that age really got after doing a 25-year bid in Walpond prison, right? So what I'm saying is that there's just like a romanticization of a lifestyle that's had dire damn consequences for so many black men that I've seen destroyed in my own life, bro. That's why I'm not afraid to share things about my own family, what happened to them, because that's the shit that kept me away from it, was going to visit prisons when I was a kid. I remember the first time going to see my uncle when he was in prison. And I'm just like a little 10-year-old kid, man. And I'm seeing these big, heavy-ass steel gates, and they bring you into this room in Waupun where you can sit down with them, but it's like armed guards. And I'm just like, damn, this shit is like a zoo. And that's all I had to see. My mom didn't have to sit me down and explain it to me. My dad didn't have to say anything. It was just seeing what happened to uncles and cousins. I was like, yo, I'm not giving. We're already against odds as black men because we're kind of restricted. Even the most freest black man in the United States has a certain level of restrictions on him already. And I said, knowing that, I'm not gonna give these racists even more power over me to try to be a parasite on my own people, right? And then end up giving them exactly what they want, and then they throw your ass in the cell for 5, 10, 25 years anyways, and then you come out, and all of that was for nothing because you come out, you don't got anything. 90% of these dudes come out of prison, they didn't stash away a money market account with $200,000 in it. They didn't stash away a couple of houses or anything. The government has been taking that shit, dude. Like when they hit you, they don't care if you was the $1 million dude on the block. They're coming for everything. And if you lie, then they're giving you more time. So basically you invest 15, 20 years of your prime years into the drug game or whatever it may be. But then when they come to get your ass, they taking everything, bro. And I'm telling you, I've seen this from family. I've seen it happen. The biggest boy on the block. And then he get all his shit taken from him. And when he gets out, he's looking for the son or the daughter that he never raised to come and save him in their 60s and 70s. And there's no relationship for them to come save him. So these are the black men that you see all on the streets of America. Former felons, former military men that the society has said, you got to fend for yourself. You're a man. If you were a woman, we would help you. But you as a black man, ain't no one fucking coming to save you in this country. You just saw that with the DNC convention. I looked at the lineup that they had. There was like 1 or 2 black men of questionable sexual orientation, and everything else was female dominated and white men. No black men to be seen in one of the conventions where when we talk about politics, we're talking about you're voting for who's going to take your tax dollars and spend them on A through Z plans. So you're doing at least 2 things when you vote. You're voting for who's going to take your money, what they're going to spend it on, but then there's a third factor. You're also determining what talentless hacks are going to become multimillionaires and turn the same people that voted them. There was no black men that give a shit about us to be seen in any of those conversations over the last 4 days. And that's where we're at in 2020.
Well, maybe when the RNC comes up and do their actual thing, we'll see what they've done for black men as well, or what they got planned for black men.
I would actually bet that the RNC will come with more things that will benefit black men than the DNC came. But even beyond DNC and Republican, because I'm not even talking about specifically Republican Democrats. What I'm talking about is that black men have to figure this shit out on our own, and politics has to become more secondary, and economics has to be put first. Black men have to put their economics first and then politics second, because again, I'm looking at, so like MLTs, we'll see what the Republicans come with. But so far, what I saw from the DNC, black men ain't no part of what their present is and no part of the future. In fact, they use black men's pathology to enrich themselves and to get all these like awards and these new positions and these new firsts, just to create programs that are going to put black men more and more on the streets of America post-COVID. But what I'm speaking to is the fact that black men have to become masters of our own individual issues and those kind of difficulties that we face, and look to ourselves as individuals and then other like-minded black men for the solution. Outside of that, ain't no one coming to solve this shit for us. I'm telling you that right now. It is not going to happen.
And that's the basic issue I have with game. You know, it doesn't establish men dealing with their own issues by their own standards among each other. It's always about you being dependent on someone else who you cannot control, who is acquiescing to a logical mindset, you know, and you catering to their ego. Like what you said is exactly, you know, it goes with the game. It goes with how black people are in politics. Is like we're always coming from a position to be exploited instead of just setting the standard, on ourselves, by ourselves. This whole thing of us being used for everybody else's agenda but our own is always the issue. And just like with these guys with game, it's just they don't see, if you're a man who's established, they can't even imagine a world where women are actually proving themselves to them. And even if they don't, it's you have your own standard. You don't need anything from a woman, but a wiser woman will come to you and appreciate what you have and what you've built because you have perceived value that you met your own standards to. So it's like, I don't like personally, I don't really think about what women do, what they want, and what they think. I just never have. But because my focuses and priorities have always been aligned in the right places, women come to me and I approve them and I validate or qualify whether they should be in my life or not. That is the position of authority that I rule in my life. And
But
these
see,
guys,
I
they
feel
don't
like
understand that.
See, I feel like you're giving them too much credit again. We got to go back to the classic pimps, man, because that's what so much of this knowledge has been watered down and stolen for. When you look at these dudes that was in the 60s and 70s, they was really true to the shit they was talking about. If you was to take like a dude that's like 70 years old that was a true fucking pimp in Chicago, Detroit, Milwaukee area through the 60s and the 70s, and they will come into this space and listen to these idiots that are doing pimp cosplay, they will strip them down in 30 seconds just with sheer experience, sheer insight into how this shit really works. You guys are confusing real game type motherfuckers that are like Michael Jordan versus game sales who are like the motherfuckers that play esports and think that they're Kobe Bryant. You got to start making distinctions on this shit, man. The real true dudes that really can show you the receipts of what they did and how they came out of it. Because again, even if you was a pimp, if you didn't come out of that shit with a retirement plan, knowing that you were self-employed, your game wasn't that tight. You was slacking on your game. The truest fucking game type dudes that have been come out of Black America in the last 50 years, they went into that shit. They did what they had to do. They competed. They got their bread, and they came out on the other side with a retirement plan. The dummies got sucked in by the Gynocracy and destroyed. But then you got this new group that we call the pimp cosplay. These niggas is like the dude that goes to the Halloween party with the big ass afro, the zoot suit, and the fake jewelry's on, except you're online. So it's like, okay, we're gonna do the pimp cosplay thing. And then you got like an army of game sales. This shit is entertainment, bro. It's not real life, man. That's all.
Yeah.
You're giving them too much credit. These niggas is doing pimp cosplay, game selling out here, bro. They ain't doing nothing in real life.
And like, oh yeah, go ahead.
What's going on, man? We'll shout out what comes to the panel. What's going on, Game Changer?
Hey, what's going on? Y'all go ahead. I'm a little busy doing something.
Okay, all right. All right, go ahead, Hope.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like you say, MOT. These guys will never produce results of intact families, of keeping these women from running them through the child support system or any system. It's always a position where you have to beg. You have to beg to a woman who holds your peace and your finance hostage. These guys are always coming from a position where the woman's going to use the legal system against them, and they have to negotiate and beg for them not to be ran through. Because, like I said, in that mindset, the guys are the new hoes. That's why that's why we recognize that feminine mindset, because they don't realize that these males have become the new hoes, and the women are the pimps because they're going to be opportunistic on the weak positions that men willingly put themselves under them. And, think about it. When you have somebody begging for you and you become the chooser, then you can sit there and just, let them dance, let them beg, and then totally disrespect them. They all become expendable. And that's why women are embracing whole culture, because these males are making themselves expendable because they have no standards. They will beg to a person who is not in the position to have standards, and and it just runs its course to be these guys to be ran through. So to me, these males are just the new hoes.
They are. I'm glad you said that, because it's really what they flip the shit, bro. It's like they're taking, like, I've often heard dudes say that they got game when I've been in so many different scenarios and environments where I've seen how women usually in our culture today in 2020, they do the choosing with a lot of dudes. So it's not like when you're out at a public event or some kind of event, that dudes is just coming up on a broad and just saying some shit that she ain't never heard before, dressing her down, talking out her panties. That's not even happening. 9 times out of 10, the woman just liked the way that the dude looked. And I've said it before. You can talk to women out here, and they'll tell you themselves that most dudes that try to run game on them, quote unquote, get dismissed because no matter what he said out of his fucking mouth, she wasn't attracted to them. Because we're in the age now where because there's so much thirst out here, which we see with OnlyFans, that the women are just going off of what makes their pussy tingle. So you're not running game on her 90% of the time. Don't get it twisted. There are dudes out there that have that kind of charisma, but they're more and more rare because you have such a group of feminized men over 30 years. But most of the time, it was the woman that selected the guy and just said, hey, that dude made my pussy tingle. It wasn't nothing that he said.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He just looked good. And in fact, the less he said, and this is going to be my little bit of game advice to the people out there, for most of you niggas, you'd be better served not saying anything. Don't say nothing. Just yes, no, give me your phone number. I'm out. And you'll win. Most of you niggas start listening to these game sales and pimp cosplayers. You ain't never going to touch no pussy. Ever. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You ain't never going to touch no pussy.
And you know what else it does? It actually makes the women in a position not to respect one man because they feel like they can get all of them. Because they're all coming in a weak position. So I can use you for this, I can use you for that, and I can have the benefits of all of them without giving any kind of benefit to the man. These women feel like they don't have to do anything. Yeah. Yep.
They're selling Pokemon. That's what they sell. Pokemon. No, you can catch them all. You can catch them all.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you bring to the table. You know, these dudes are socialized to worship fucking pussy and to think that the obtainment of it, even temporary, no matter how it looks, is worth everything.
It makes me think of that dumb K. Michelle song that said, I don't love one, I love them all. And what she meant by that is that she sees the benefit to use all of them and have no value in any of them because they present themselves as useless. You know, it's like men don't realize when you reject the position of you controlling your own environment and you setting the standards that puts a woman in a position to prove herself to you, you give up all the chips. You know, they don't even see it that way. They give up everything. And these women now have choosing power to just say, all I bring is pussy, and whoever bags the best wins. And they become the first victim. And see, these guys don't realize that in the position that these guys are coming at, women are predatory. A woman will most likely use you if she sees the weakness on you because she sees a potential victim to exploit. And then that's why a lot of these guys, if you notice, they're always projecting their problems that we don't have. We're avoiding their environment, so we don't have their problems. But they always projecting, well, y'all just mad because the women ain't you. We're rejecting your hoes. We don't want them. We could have them, but we don't want them. We rejected them. You are sitting there negotiating with our rejects. That's not a position that you should be proud of.
Well, I would even take it a step further because there seems to be like this silent, but again, I know how this thing works. As long as you keep it on an emotional level, as long as you keep it on a subjective level, the conversation continues and continues. But the checkmate on this whole conversation is that empirically, the men that get the most sex and the most variety of sex from the most women are actually the most educated black men in America. That's not talked about, but
ever.
The actual sociologists have studied this shit. Even when you study the black men that at the turn of the century began this movement of black men going overseas and leaving the ADOS dating market, you find that it's actually the men that are the more educated a man is, the more variety of women that he's had access to. So this is really a conversation that's like some street ball type shit, right? So like there's brothers that are like really good on the street ball type of thing. Then there's brothers that can take that street ball to the fundamental game. And then there's that rare cat like a KD or a Kobe or a Tracy McGrady that can take their game from the street to the fundamentals and mix all that shit in and be an all-star, right? And the truth is that we know that the all-stars in the black community are the most educated black men. That's why I never got into the classic man versus Pookie conversation outside of just providing facts. Because it's, again, once you throw the facts on it, the argument is really over. We know statistically for a fact that at least for the last 40 years or so, that the men that get the most access to the large variety of women are the most educated black men in America, period.
Okay, Sigma, here's the thing. about that. Educated black men are lame, and as such, if they are getting access, it's because they're paying for it.
Well, that's just fucking ridiculous. Because again, that right there is so ridiculous to me, in my own experience, and everyone I
The
know.
only reason why it's
You know what?
ridiculous to you, King Sigma, is because you ain't get no pussy.
You said what?
The only reason why it's ridiculous to you is because you ain't get no pussy.
Well, I mean, I would be one of the least ones to fit into that category, but my own, yeah, because again, like I can show receipts. You see what I'm saying on my experience, but I know that the whole educated lame, quote unquote, that shit is the ultimate smokescreen, bro. That is the ultimate smokescreen. Even dudes that I know from the street life, they will tell you that they want to be in your position. That's what's so funny about it. When you talk to street dudes, they'll often tell you that, yeah, I can get women and I got a bunch of baby mamas, but it's just these run around hoes. They'll tell you this, bro. Then they'll tell you, man, you look like you could knock such and such chick, and it's always some high level chick. So that's why I don't really engage in the Pookie and Ray Ray versus classic man argument as much, because I already know what the facts are. The facts is that the most educated black men have the largest variety of access to women. The educated and lame thing is a straw man, because
But
what
the
you
fact is that educated dudes like you know, y'all don't have the mouthpiece or the swag. You know, I mean, y'all might be able to get some pussy because y'all got money and status, but you know, without mouthpiece and swag, you know, the bitch is gonna take you. You know, they're gonna take you for all your thing, and they're gonna take your education from you. You know, so you gotta understand this mouthpiece and swag and the value of it. Now, if you want, you know, in exchange for some help in the job market, you know, I'll trade you some swag and no, I'll trade you some swag and game and mouthpiece, you know, for you helping me out.
Well, I mean, I know that you're just being the devil's advocate and you're playing their little elementary argument, but I would say this to that. The most game type men, if you're talking about like verbal skills I've ever met, we're all educated men. It's rarely that you meet most street dudes. Why you think when you go to these rallies that you see on TV or whatever about Black Lives Matters, whatever, as soon as they put the microphone in one of these black single mother raised dudes' face, he ruins everything for black men. You say, why did they have to put the microphone in this hillbilly, dumbass plantation nigga's face? Because he can't even articulate a goddamn sentence. You know who they're not gonna put that microphone in front of? Anyone on this panel. You know why? Because we are the verbal assassins. Natural. No shit that you order on the internet on Amazon. How to run game out of a fucking box. Not some dude that the week before was broke and now he wrote a book and he got lucky that he found enough fools to buy it. No, it's certain shit that you're just inherently got. And if you're talking about being verbal skills, I would bank on the educated brothers on that one every time.
Okay. Nah, see that. All right, you're not getting it. The reason why, you know, the reporter, and it's typically a female reporter, the reason why she put the microphone in front of the dude is because he has swag and she could feel it on him. You know, she could feel it on him. She want to see and she want to hear that swag that he's talking about. You know, that's what's really going on. You see, you educated dudes don't understand that there's a certain essence, there's a certain je ne sais quoi that a man with swag. And I didn't mean to say, you know, I didn't mean to talk Latin to you, but there's a certain essence that a man with swag got that you squares don't understand, and that's why she put the microphone in front of him. Now, say what you want about, you know, the way he verbalized his matriculation and matriculation, you know, say what you want about that, but the truth of the matter is that he getting pussy.
And that's why some of the most educated black men that have ever existed in this country were both street smarts, book smarts, and had a lot of common sense. Malcolm X, he started off as an educated square. You see what I'm saying? Iceberg Slim started off as an educated square. Donald Goins, all of these dudes that these dudes are doing game cosplay from, all of them were known to have high IQs. Iceberg Slim, he had over 130 IQ, but it was his experience in the Gynocracy that turned him into a very malicious man. He talks about it. The reason that Iceberg Slim became Iceberg Slim was because of the same shit that messed up Mike Tyson. The same thing that's messed up a lot of black men is that he saw how these women was playing the hypergamy game and the Gynocracy game, and he had a lot of anger. He
All
talks.
right, right there. That's where you fucked up. That's where you fucked up right there. Y'all focused on IQ when you need to be focused on GQ. Yeah, Iceberg Slim had a 175 IQ, but he had a 275 GQ, game quotient, nigga.
Oh.
That's you. It's like the magazine GQ. They know what's up. That GQ smooth, and that's what made him what he was. You know, he could have been a NASA scientist and shit like that, but he understood the value of game. He had his GQ outweighed his IQ.
Actually, the two actually go together, man. So, but I know what you're saying. You are doing a good job of articulating the low level of the arguments that come from the game cosplay community. But my whole point is just to say this, bro, that my experience and so many people I talk to is that it's always the dudes that are truly, because to me, to be educated, there's different layers to intelligence. And the goal of any real thinking man should always be action and results. So that's the true measurement of how much knowledge you really have gained, is when you can apply that shit and when you can actually start to work on the weaker areas of your personality. So this whole straw man of an educated lame, y'all, I thought that thing got thrown in the garbage at the end of 2018. I thought that we had all the arguments, all the discussions that tossed that. I didn't even hear that conversation until this COVID shit hit. It was like,
No,
all the
arguments
have been beat.
that was the reset. Like King said, you know that once COVID hit, everybody was going to be selling their first class ticket to new access to pussy. You knew that was going to happen. That was going to be the reset. That these women are finally ready and able for you. The only thing you got to do is drop your standards down to -1, and you'll be fine. Stop worrying about that shit.
Yeah. And see, I made that decision when 2019 started, that I wasn't engaging in those conversations anymore because it was a poisonous conversation, it was divisive, and it was toxic. But more importantly, I found out that I never walked away from the conversation having gained anything. And I think that when you engage anyone in a conversation, there has to be give and take. And so for me, I stopped having the conversation in 2019, and I kind of limited myself to different conversations now that I feel that I can grow from, and anyone that engages me on it can grow from as well. But outside of that, we know now that most of the reason that the black majority is in the condition that it's in is because of what culture they've created for themselves and who they've elevated as the role models for the next generation to follow. We know this now.
And you see that, and you see that, and that's how I know. That's how I know you got a low GQ. That's how I know that you have a low GQ. Because how you gonna walk away from a year-long conversation about game with no game? You know, see, just like if you was to take a math class for a year and you come out not knowing no math, it means that you got a low IQ. But if you take a game course, you know, for years without and come out with no game, you got a low GQ. You know, that's all that is. You got a low GQ, man. I mean, you know, it's nothing wrong. I mean, you seem like you got a decent IQ, but you know, I mean, you just gonna be around here bitch broke. You know, and receipts don't mean nothing. Receipts don't mean nothing. All receipts is proof that you actually get pussy. Just because you get pussy, don't mean you get broke. I mean, you're not bitch broke.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, man,
you just
You just
a pussy getting nigga. You just a pussy getting incel, nigga. That's all you are. You just a pussy getting incel.
The ultimate contradiction, the oxymoron, if there ever was one. But you know, really, the test I say to if you want to know who the real players are, the real womanizers versus the game coach players and the game sales, all you gotta do is look at a person's baby mama and they ex-wives or their current wives. That's the real fucking measurement.
The
Game.
very first baby mama.
Yeah,
the very first baby mama.
Go do that research. I mean, I saw Ja Rule, his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent baby mama. I've seen some of these guys that you see that are big, you know, players now that they got money. Those are the tricks. Them is the dudes that didn't have good-looking women before they got famous or they came up. But if you really want to know who the true players are, the womanizers versus the coast players and the game sales, just go look at their wives and look at their girlfriends, look at their ex-girl, and especially that baby mama. Especially that baby mama, bro. Because that's a big one right there, you know.
The baby, see, that's the thing. You don't have game. The baby mama is the starter bitch. That's the one that you start with. to prepare you.
Yeah.
Don't start
I
with.
mean, well, I got a question. So, if there is a starter bitch, there has to be a finisher bitch, right?
Exactly. You finish with your bottom bitch. That's the thing. You finish with
No finisher bitch. The finisher bitch.
your bottom bitch.
Child support and bankruptcy is the finisher bitch. See, the state is the ultimate player, the ultimate stand-in husband, and the ultimate starter bitch and the ultimate finish bitch, because it all comes full circle. You, like you said, if you're a mouthpiece of the gynocracy, your end point is going to be at some point being fed back into the system.
Yeah.
The gynocracy is just like a satellite that sends your ass back to the state at some point. That's what happens.
So wait a minute. What the fuck you got against the system? We all in the system. The thing is the system is where the pussy's at. See, do you know how much pussy niggas is getting in jail? See, you complaining about the system and you don't know nothing about it. The system is where my
So
pussy.
we bragging on lunch lady pussy in jail?
I'm just saying when you got that game.
Yeah, the pussy that they talking about it in there, it ain't real pussy.
Well, speaking of that, I got a story. I just talked to a brother of mine. Well, he's a good friend. We've been friends for like 30-something years. He works in a hospital, in the mental ward of a hospital, and he told me it was two. He gave me one name. He couldn't remember another name. He was two famous black female porn stars that checks in every month and stays there for like a week or two. One was Lethal Lips. I can't remember the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow. And he's a brother. He got, I think, 7 or 8 baby mothers. And we had a good talk today because he said, man, I wish I can do it over. I said, what you talking about? He was getting, we go to school. We used to, run trains on girls because we was on the basketball team. He said, I fucked my kid's life up. I said, what you mean? He said, I got 2 kids in prison for my decisions of trying to have all these different baby mothers, trying to be cool, trying to be like these other dudes that we knew, trying to be like, the drug dealer, the wannabe rapper, because he tried to be a wannabe rapper. And now he said, I got 2 sons that's in prison now that's going to come out and probably not going to do nothing with their lives. More than likely, they're going to be homeless. And it kind of hit me. I said, yo, that's the real thing. One of these dudes ever said that, yo, I fucked my children's life up. And I was like blown away. So with that pussy thing, come on, that shit does affect your brain. Look at these porn stars. They go into a mental institution just to get a mental rest. But every month.
Yeah, like a cool off period.
Yeah.
A lot of them killing them.
The porn star chicks are suffering from game overload. That's the thing. When you spend so much game and so much swag, they get overwhelmed with the shit over time.
So they gotta be drained.
And then they go into an insane asylum. Yeah, exactly. Just like if you eat too much ice cream. Just like if you eat too much ice cream. Wait, brother.
So you get a brain freeze with green
ice cream, you get a headache, and if you absorb too much game, your ass go insane. Like that's why they rhyme, brother. Like, see, y'all don't understand. Now, brothers is complaining about having 8 baby mamas and shit like that. But you see, that nigga, he got 8 receipts. He has proof positive that he fucked 8 times in his life.
And those seats, the summation of the weighs about a fucking ton. A ton and a half.
And you know what his regret? He showed me his pay stub after all the child support.
Oh, what was those looking like?
$120.
Sounds like so much money. Oh my God!
Man. He brings
Trump's wall.
You can't even afford.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get Michael B in here. What's going on, Michael B?
I'm chilling, man. What's going on, bros?
What up?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Nothing much, man. It's how we just start like walking in on the home court and just start fumigating this whole place, man. Like we can't be allowing these dudes to just mount on the horizon like Braveheart and come down here bragging. Like no. It's time for you to start proving your point to us, not us proving your point to you and your environment. Like nah, man, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's what during the debate with myself and Platinum Elite. That was what I asked him in the end in the rapid fire. Where are the examples of this game actually being applied? Have you gone outside with your smartphone and recorded all this? Where is it? And he couldn't prove it.
I'm gonna tell you where it's at, Mike V. I'm gonna tell you where it's at. You own a car, right?
Yes.
You bought it from a car salesman, right?
Yes.
He gamed you.
Oh,
That's game.
Whoa, what?
That's right. That's game. You walked in there with the intention to get the car, and he used his game to make sure that you got the car that you got. See, that's game right there. You have a house. You had that's real estate game.
See, well, if you want the receipts that Mike V was asking for, all you gotta do is turn on your smartphone, walk around Skid Row, walk around the family courts of the top 50 largest cities in America, and walk around any homeless soup kitchen, and that's where you will see all the results of game. If you want to know game, go to any prison with your camera and go talk to all the players and pimps and D-boys in that motherfucker in and out. Not just the ones that, but the ones that got that
see
around their neck.
Just like Frederick Douglass says, without struggle, there's no progress, right? But in the game, without struggle, there's no pussy. So what if a nigga's homeless? So what? There's rich motherfuckers that's bitch broke, and there's homeless motherfuckers with pussy. Now what?
Well, the thing is, he said, during the debate that slaves had game. Taking 20 laps.
What? Whoa.
God.
Slaves had game?
Yeah,
exactly.
The slaves outgamed the slave master. See, they took they took those lashes, and at the end, they were going to overthrow him. That's game.
Who said that?
That was Platinum.
Even the only slaves that I know that had game was Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, the ones that got away, or the Maroons. Now, if you want to talk about slave game, all of those Maroon colonies, the ones that said I'm out of this motherfucker, those the only ones that were enslaved that had game, because the game did what I've been saying the whole time. It established order in that person's life and a way of solving the problem of their enslavement. So those were the only ones with game, were those Maroons, the Frederick Douglasses, the David Walkers, all of those people, Henry Box Brown, that motherfucker had game because he nailed himself to freedom. That's game.
Frederick Douglass went to Harvard and shit. He's an educated lame. Listen. How many bitches did he have? One. Listen. It's like this. All right, it's like this. And she was white. Listen,
Frederick Douglass was a rock star, man.
Slaves had game. You want to know how I know the slaves had game? Because they got food and quarters, and they didn't have to pay for it. You see, y'all was tricking. See, y'all dudes that work at a job and shit, y'all square niggas that work at jobs and shit, y'all tricking. Y'all paying for y'all room. Y'all paying for y'all board. Y'all paying for y'all food. But a slave, he got that shit without paying a motherfucking cent. He didn't have a penny in his pocket, and he still got free food. Now what? Now, see, y'all tricking for shit when y'all need to just be slaving for it.
No, reparations is game. You waited all this time, and now you're gonna come back and get this money? That's game.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, okay. I didn't hear Joe Biden last night say that he was giving out no reparations. So you can kill that shit. We can just go ahead and kill that conversation at this point because the Democratic unplugged on that one.
He ain't giving you reparations. I get mine. I'm getting mine. You want to know why? Because I got game.
Okay.
You see? All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, can I talk to Platinum Changer real quick? Can I talk to Platinum Changer? All right, so at what point does a person run out of game?
The game don't stop. I thought I told you that the game don't stop.
I mean, not even at the game over?
Nah, the game is over when you're dead, brother. The game don't stop. See, when you have game, you get buried in a Cadillac coffin. Like it don't stop. You don't need pallbearers. You got the coffin with the rims on it.
Oh.
Yo, what Sigma was talking about earlier is what I was used to point at all the time, because it knocks down their house of dominoes. Like the niggas running around making game nebulous, like you was talking about. When you expand it to everything, then it's nothing. Because the thing is, the shit was a purpose to it. It was pimp game. It's just like when I broke down the history of it, and these niggas don't even know the history of it, so they believe in this shit that they don't even know about. That's crazy. Like you don't know about it and you believe in it, and then you try to change what it is, and you don't even know where it came from in the first fucking place. Like that's what I'm trying. I be trying to point at that, so it just knocked their fucking house of dominoes down. because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
All right. See, it's not a matter of you getting too technical. You're getting too technical. Let me ask you this: what is the chemical composition of air?
What?
Yeah, but you breathe it. You breathe it. See, you don't have to know about it in order to breathe it. Y'all don't have to know about the history and the molecular structure of game to have it. You see, that's why you get too technical. What, you gonna stop breathing because you don't know the chemical compound? How much nitrogen is in breathable air? How much oxygen? What's the percent of that? You see, you don't know that, but yeah, you talking shit about game and you still breathing.
That's what Sir Ism said.
Stop breathing.
Yeah, that's what Sir Ism said.
Stop breathing. Stop breathing.
Yeah,
Either break the game or stop breathing.
Yeah, that's what Sir Ism said last week.
Keep breathing. How you gonna breathe when you talking about game?
Yeah, that's what Sir Ism said.
Wait a minute.
Wait, Sir Ism said that last week on MOT's panel that to breathe is game. Your breath is game or something like that. It was something weird, man. I gotta go back and listen to it.
No, I mean, so your central nervous system is game now?
Yeah, because it allows air to come in and come back out freely.
Man, oil and water ain't meant to mix, bro. And I think that's where a lot of this conflict comes from. And I've been saying this repeatedly, and that's why I just gave up after a while. Is that, look it, man, what you're getting is that you have people trying to force people that are like, we're just not the same culturally. Our outlook's not the same. The way that our perspective's not the same. And I'm not saying that brothers need to agree on anything, because I disagree with many things that brothers on the panel right now say. And they disagree with many things I say. But it's certain people who constellations are at least within arm's reach of each other, that they have enough overlap that they can communicate with each other and learn in a civil exchange. Whereas it's certain people that y'all perspective is so opposite of each other that there's really no point in even engaging each other. Everyone would be better served to just go their own way.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't, because the thing is, it's one of the elephant in the rooms, and it's a part of the reason why society is kind of fucked up the way it is, especially among black people. And you got one side of the conversation saying "shut the fuck up," and they use different ways of saying "shut the fuck up," but it all comes down to "shut the fuck up." Meanwhile, the other side is actually trying to get to the bottom of the problem and solve it. And them niggas is like, no, shut the fuck up and let me have my hope. That's what it's coming down to, and you can't agree to disagree about that. You just can't. You can't.
Okay, so they want a hope
go our separate ways. Because when you do that, them niggas is busy recruiting while you trying to take the high road. You can't take the high road in this shit. That's why the conversation keeps coming back to it. Because they know it's fuck shit.
I think the reason they keep coming back is because you're outnumbered 8-1.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. Do you smoke? You smoke? Zero. You smoke?
No, I don't smoke.
So you smoking zero. See, that's the fuck what I'm talking about. These lame ass niggas.
Whoa.
How you gonna talk about the high road and you don't smoke?
You know the reality though. Here's the reality.
You don't know the air. You're talking about the high road and you don't smoke. The fuck is wrong with this nigga? That's the thing. That's what happens when you don't have game. You're talking about the high road and no, you take the sober roads, nigga. You take the toll roads. Like you out here pulling bitches.
I'm taking the road less travel. Take the road less travel. And what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to get at is that the Gynocracy is already won. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Dude.
Yes,
they've already won. You guys don't, because again, you got to look at the monopoly on breeding. Who has the monopoly on breeding within the black meat? We already know the answer. So that little assembly line right there, they're producing the drones every day. So you up here, you got like your finger. You trying to
I got you. You said what? How did Gynocracy won when I'm getting pussy, huh? Explain that.
What's your check look like? What's your check look like right
now? And the women ain't getting pussy. So how
what's your check look like right now? What's your cosplayer? What's your check look right now?
I mean, I check my check. When you got game, you check checks.
Sleeping in your baby mama's car, they ain't working.
And problem, you like check you. We need to check your check.
Game cosplay.
That's the thing. See, you don't know how to check a check. Y'all don't know how to check
your mama's car while she getting dug out by the next
y'all working for food like a fucking homeless nigga. Y'all working for food and shit like that when you need to be gaming for it. That's the problem. That's the problem, you know. Yeah, you know.
Yo,
that's just giving away.
What Game Changer trolling about is exactly
He's trolling like a motherfucker.
No, but he, I mean, he making a fucking point. It's just like what you was talking about earlier when I heard you and MOT talking. I mean, you and Spiritual talking when you was talking about how niggas, how charisma is rare and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to see this shit all the time because I'm from where you from in Milwaukee. And again, a lot of my uncles is pimps, and them niggas is old as fuck. And when they got old, just like you was talking about, when them niggas got old, they married their hoes. Because you can't be with a regular bitch when you a pimp. You can't, because that life ain't even conducive to that. So when they like expand the game down to the shit that they doing right now, they don't understand what they doing is they passing down how to deal with hoes, not women, hoes.
Exactly.
I mean, literally.
But that's their dating pool, though. That is their pool. Is they're limited. That's why I say there's a difference between the game. So Zero used to live in the Twin Cities too, right?
Yeah, I still live here.
So you already know what I'm talking about. I think that's why a lot of these conversations I feel like they don't be relating to me, because coming from Milwaukee, going to the Twin Cities and having been on the West Coast as well, I learned something. There are certain dudes in Black America that can float within different regions and in different classes because they're really malleable in their outlook and they're easy learners. So if you live in the Twin Cities, you're not going to have the kind of experience that a brother that's grown up in a very, very Black Southern place might have, or someone that grew up in an East Coast borough, in my experience. Because the Twin Cities, it's like you don't even got to be good looking. You don't even got to have a job. If you're a Black dude that just shut the fuck up, you gonna fall in this pussy whenever you want.
Oh, nigga! When I got to the Twin Cities, it was culture shock because I was traveling. When I was traveling, it was a bunch of different places that had segregation and stuff. But when I got to the Twin Cities, it was culture shock because you had Black and white people growing up in the same house. Like right now, I'm at the park with my kid, and there's like people that are blood related, blood relatives. You know, sister, brother, sister, and these people grew up in the same house, one Black, one white, and they blood related. Because that's how much admixture it is in the Twin Cities. It's motherfuckers you can't tell. You can't even tell. I mean, you got one person that looks indistinguishable from a white person, and one person that's indistinguishable from a Black person, and they blood relatives, brother and sister, or sister and sister, that type of shit. I never seen that shit before. When I was in Milwaukee, that shit is completely segregated.
Yeah.
The north side ain't nothing but niggas.
And it's been like that for a long time too, though. It ain't just like yesterday. It's been segregated in Milwaukee for like 20, 30 years. And I was the same way when I went to Minnesota. I was like, what the hell? Because you can go to all Black schools all through high school in Milwaukee.
Right.
But Twin Cities, it's like you feel like you almost like a Southerner when you go to a place like the Twin Cities or Seattle or Portland or Denver. You feel like you're coming out of fucking Jim Crow when you go to those from a sexual mating aspect, at least.
Right, but not to talk about this because I mean Milwaukee is Haterville, fucking Milwaukee. But the thing is, like what you was talking about with that shit being rare, you got people like that can move around from different areas to different areas, and that pimp shit is rare. But the thing is, these niggas is literally telling everybody to do it. Like y'all understand, this is the thing. Like, so let's just say you got a 17-year-old, 18-year-old person log on to YouTube, and the first thing he hear is this alluring, attractive shit. This nigga trying to get his life together, but he got a motherfucker telling him, "No, man, all you got to do is this, and you're gonna meet the girl of your dreams." Because you gotta understand, they not saying that what they saying is conducive to hoes and just pussy. They saying you can like improve your life with this shit. Like this is why I got a problem with the expansion of it, the trying to make it be everything, because you telling people that they life can be improved by this shit.
So it's like some petroleum jelly.
You're like
type shit.
Hold on. Wait, are you happy with your life without game? See, that's the thing. Your life can be improved. Your life can be improved with it. You know, wait. So you telling me, are you president? Do you rule the world?
No, but I'm good.
Genghis Khan, he ruled the greatest empire in Eurasia.
Right.
And you want to know why? Because of game. Now, see, people like you is just happy being a blacksmith and shit like that. But when you have game, you understand that your potential is limitless. Understand me.
Whoa.
I rule
So you
everything.
wait.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Like I rule everything from my kitchen to the end of my kitchen. All right. So I'm the Genghis Khan of that shit. And you want to know how I got that? Game.
No, I got a question for you. You're not the nigga asking for tips while they enchant niggas on the way to portals and shit, are you? Are you one of them niggas?
I don't know what you're talking about. You see, videos is not game.
Nah, dude. I think that you one of them niggas who open the portals and shit, and you want like a gold coin every time a nigga get like an enchantment for like his sword or his fucking shield and shit. Don't tell me you one of them niggas.
See, I don't know what you're talking about because you're talking that
nah.
You see, you're talking that square shit. See, you be playing those video games and shit like that because you don't.
I ain't buying it.
I'm gonna keep it 100, man. If I had a choice between an incel and a game cell, I would much rather be an incel because at least
all day.
Incel, they are involuntarily celibate versus the game cell who has all this useless information and knowledge, but can't apply the shit in no constructive way across any of the 9 areas, especially with a pretty bitch. So I'm gonna be honest, if it comes down to being an incel or a game cell, I would have chose the path of the incel because at least you get less of a headache.
Right, and everybody listening,
know
please keep in mind this shit is designed for you to deal with hoes.
But what was his shoe size? There's no such thing as useless information.
You shoe size a game? Wait, hold on. We're dealing with the shoe size of the game. So the game is like altered to your actual shoe size now.
No, what I'm saying is game is information. It's the exchange of information. And there's no such thing as useless information. You see, his shoe size was a medium. I bet y'all didn't know that because they didn't have regular sizes back then. So yeah, he was a medium,
What?
Oh man.
And
anybody listening, man, if just keep in mind that this shit has a specific purpose. It is designed for you to deal with hoes. Like if that's the one takeaway that you ever take away from this shit, it's not about business. It's not about life. It's not about any fucking thing they try to expand it to. It is literally about how to deal with hoes.
I don't even think it's deal with hoes because I think it's more submitting to hoes. I think that what a lot of these game cosplayers are doing, they're actually promoting you actually making low tier women the center point of your life and submitting because again, we know factually, empirically based that Black American women, at least in the meme, they want a man that will submit to them. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, because like I said, King Sigma, when I came back from a trip, I was in Penn Station in New York, and it's an army of young Black men that are homeless, right? And while I was on the train going home, one of them was sitting there. He was just sitting there waiting for this woman to text him. That was his way. He was going to eat, take a shower, and get some. His whole night, his life depended on what. If a woman going to choose to let him spend a night or come move with him. I'm like, and this was a young dude. He had to be in his 20s. I'm like, put yourself first.
Game nurtures you.
That was no game. You sitting there sleeping on a train station. Your whole life depending on a woman texting you. He had to get Wi-Fi so she can WhatsApp him to come over. That's the problem.
They've raised the whole generation of homo.
That's the problem with you square ass nigga. Listen, dude with the crown. Listen, you talking about that low tier women and shit like that. How is a woman gonna be low tier when she has a pussy? Explain that shit to me. You see, you square niggas. You square niggas. Listen, all women have one pussy, right? There isn't bitches with 2 pussies. Which means that they all
on a couple of videos that I've seen.
I heard another game cosplayer saying that it don't matter if you catch an STI and it's not curable as long as you got some pussy. So I hear you, cosplayer. I hear you.
What? Oh, whoa.
You charge that to the game. You charge that to
the game. You charge that shit. It don't matter if you can be cured or not. That's part of the game. Sometimes you gotta burn. Somebody gotta burn so others can live, right?
Oh, I got one for
others
MOT.
can be born. Do you know how many?
Somebody got a bird so others can live.
Yeah, somebody got to go.
What the fuck is going on?
Somebody got to go into the fire, according to Dan.
Do you know how many babies was born while herpes was flared up?
Man, a whole lot.
Exactly. And you want to know what? They came out with more game because it. You see, without struggle, there's no pussy.
Somebody got to burn so others can live.
Kids are not. Whoa. Newborn babies ain't supposed to have razor bumps. Not like that.
No.
If the possibility of blindness and other kind of autism that is part of the game. That's one of the side effects of the game. Period.
Oh, I got another game for you. This one for you, MOT. There's this chick living on my way. She's so-called like corporate, uppity, sororities type chick, and she wouldn't speak to nobody, right? Stuck up. So I found out, like, maybe this is like 4 years ago. The guy, it was an older Jamaican dude. He said, "Oh yeah, she's the got the weed guy around the corner." I'm like, "What?" And I said, "What happened to him?" This same weed guy that she was fucking, she turned on all these high performance males for this one weed guy. The weed guy that she was fucking is now on the run for fucking a 12-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is so common now, bro. Like even Nicki Minaj, she just got married and got knocked up by some degenerate. But I that's we at the point now, man. I mean, look, I think we reached the ultimate point of no return in 2020. I saw we already saw Cardi B interviewing with Bernie Sanders last year during the primaries. But then the moment that WAP dropped, when I saw her prime time interviewing with the presumptive Democratic nominee, I said this is done, because this is a woman who
flashpoint.
Yeah, we at a point that I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I've never seen anything like that. Like, I don't see them doing that to any other group but Black Americans, man. I've never seen them go find the porn star and the whores and the rapists and shit like that and be like, "Oh, we're gonna interview you. You're gonna speak for you." Now, you're not Native Black American. We get that, but you're part of their culture because you've been co-signed by enough people in the culture. We're gonna get like the most powerful politician on earth potentially, and we're gonna sit down with your dusty ass. That's where we're at. Like, we're at a point that I don't even know if you can go back anymore. I don't know if you can.
See, I mean, that's because you want to live in a society where academics and intellectuals are at the top of the hierarchy. But really, charisma and swag is at the top of the hierarchy in my community. You see, this is my fucking community. Get out. The fuck you doing in here? Get out. All you swagless niggas. This is my community. See, that's what's that?
Sodom and Gomorrah, 100%, man. Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what we're moved into because, again,
Rome fell too. And
real quick, thanks for having me, man. I gotta go do some dad shit.
All right. Peace, everybody. Game changer. King Sigma MOT. Thanks for having me on, bro.
Well, I think Game Cosplayer would agree with this when I say that 3:12 is the ideology that he prefers. He prefers that scenario that fits his outlook on life. It should be that way. Isaiah 3:12. Wouldn't you agree, Game Cosplayer?
Listen, it's not about, who Uwashua, is doing this, all I know is that Solomon had game because he had 125,000 wives, and he lived 900 years to fuck them all. You see, that's the thing, pussy is life.
Solomon was considered the most intelligent man within his community. So would you?
Yeah, but his GQ.
You can't claim him.
It's his GQ though. See, y'all, you too focused on the IQ. You need to focus on the GQ.
Whoa. So, Solomon, the Wizard of Solomon, he had GQ?
He had GQ. He had a high GQ. He had a high game quotient.
What about Jesus Christ? Did he have it too?
Absolutely. Just ask Mary Magdalene. He had fishes washing his feet with their tears and stuff. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So you
Absolutely.
saying his GQ was low because a real pimp wouldn't have had washing feet and getting nailed to the cross and shit like that, right?
I mean, that's part of the game, brother.
I mean, like nailed to the cross sound like I'm host shit. So.
I mean, listen.
That is what you did, like the shit that game cosplayer is talking about. Like, that is what
Incels got nailed to the cross too. Incels got nailed to the cross too. Like Spartacus got nailed to the cross, and how much game did he have? None.
Spartacus, well, his lack of leadership. Spartacus got to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers in Western history. Spartacus was a dude who actually won the battle. I'm glad you brought up Spartacus because I just watched a documentary, dude, and I was thinking to myself, like, they talk about this cat Spartacus so much, but he's actually one of the biggest imbeciles in Western history. Here's a dude who fought his way out of history. He got free, and he got so egotistical, he thought he could take on the Roman Empire. He was free, and he was in Gaul territory. He reverted back, even though he was warned by the other cats. He was like, look it, dude, we got us enough people to go build us a city in Gaul. We're free. He said, no, we're going to try to go back, and we're going to try to conquer Rome. So this motherfucker left. He was out of Rome, 50 miles, 100 miles out. The Roman legions didn't even want to chase him. So he said, I'm going back in. Went back in, got trapped on the island thinking, because he got set up, thinking they was going to have some ships for him to come in and conquer the Romans, and they conquered his ass, decapitated him. So Spartacus is Spartacus is a part of the Gynocracy because he was a dumb.
Okay, so that sounds like game. I'm sorry.
No, that's he lacked. Listen. He was trapped in Sinuessa. He was trying to get to an island. He was trying to get to Sicily. Listen. Gaul is modern day France, right? So what Spartacus wanted to do, hear me out now. What Spartacus, he wanted to set up his own city-state in Sicily. Fair enough. But he had to go back and challenge the Roman Empire. You want to know why? Because Rome was where the bitches was at. You see, Rome was where the bitches was at. How in the fuck you gonna have a city? How you gonna have a city with no bitches?
Man, the Viking bitches was looking kind of good, bro. That's the them Gaul bitches are like the ancestors of the Swedes and Norway.
Yeah,
so I think
Gaul bitches are for the Gauls. You see, Spartacus didn't want those. He didn't want those white bitches. Okay, what Spartacus wanted, he wanted some bitches that descended from slaves, like he did. The broken bitches. That's what he wanted. He wanted to enslave the community.
He wanted to save the community. That's what he wanted.
Exactly. Now you feeling me.
Okay, so now you're trying to bring bitch broke back into the conversation.
Listen, when you bitch broke, you gotta keep fighting for bitches. That's the thing.
Hold on a second. I ain't fighting for no hoe. Now you got me fucked up with that.
No,
hold on a second. Hold on.
You telling me you haven't been walking down the street one day and you seen a nigga with a bitch that you like and you didn't knock his ass out to impress the bitch?
No, you telling me I'm not about to fight over no bitch, dog. That ain't happening.
Wait. I think
I'll
we got
fuck her, but I ain't
going
fighting
here. So it's the platinum game.
Yes.
Are you presuming that you are bitch rich because we don't have your actual circumstance? So are you bitch rich, sir?
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
And I got
you
receipts.
Are bitch. Oh! Not only are you bitch rich, you got bitch rich receipts.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see?
So do 104s equal 100?
Look, brother. I'll show you my receipts right now.
This nigga.
Shit. Hold on, right quick. Y'all think I'm over here bullshit.
He's about to pull up Lizzo, Monique. We know
Nah. These are the baddest bitches. These are the baddest bitches. These are the baddest bitches that y'all broke niggas, that y'all bitch broke niggas ever seen. Go ahead. Wait, hold on, right quick. Not there.
Pull up the Lizzo album for us so we can see your team, your team.
Hold on, right quick. See, y'all talking about stuff y'all don't know about.
No, bring up those receipts, buddy. Bring them up.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the receipts right now.
Yeah.
Let's see what the receipts right now.
Let's see what that titanium got in you.
I'm about to show y'all. You see, y'all talking shit, but I'm about to show y'all what game to get you. Hold on, let's see. So
bringing out the heavyweights.
You know something? Y'all lucky. Y'all lucky. My camera don't work.
Yeah, I knew.
Y'all lucky. Because I'm
knew
about
that.
to show y'all the baddest bitches that y'all ever seen. I was about to show y'all the baddest bitches that y'all ever seen. But this motherfucking camera not acting right now. See, but see,
Well,
y'all
I'm
lame
pretty
ass
sure they're my
y'all lame
GP.
ass bitch
Like,
broke niggas is lucky. Y'all.
Well,
Boy,
Wait,
that
hold
game-
on.
boy, that game-
Y'all want me to call a bitch? Y'all want me to call a female right now?
Nah, I don't want you to call. I want to see. I want to see.
Oh no,
Men
nigga.
are visual. Men are visual. Women are verbal and auditory. Men are visual.
I'll call.
okay, so here's what we got here. So we'll get the conversation back on track. So, Mr. Game Platinum,
Mm-hmm.
how did you figure all this stuff out, and when did you figure it out?
I mean, the game is a part of you. It's a part of you, and that's why I learned it from those, with the game in them. That's the thing.
I understand how this may sound, but we're going to invite somebody to the panel who may disagree with you, sir.
Okay.
I definitely want to hear this shit.
What's going on, brother?
How's it going?
Hello?
You're on the panel, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
It was good.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I see y'all having a lot of fun with the game, huh?
I'm trying to educate these fools.
Is that what you're doing, Flair?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what
They
you're doing?
playing and I'm gaming. I mean, they playing and I'm gaming. That's the thing.
Is that right?
Exactly.
You sound like a whole nother person. You should try that shtick when you out trying to catch a lady. Maybe you might could knock something off.
Oh, exactly. No, hold on. This is my bitch getting demeanor. Like every time there's a bitch, I switch into this demeanor. So that's how I get down.
Is that how you do it? Oh, okay. Well, this is hilarious. But this is hilarious because it's funny that you can act like the game and you can crack jokes and it's funny and shit. But we wouldn't even have a show if we acted like you lame motherfuckers, because a motherfucker always act like a prude and somebody's goddamn guidance counselor. So the show wouldn't even be a prude and a guidance counselor. So acting like platinum and talking about bitch bro, it's entertaining. So now you see, you gotta be somewhat entertaining. Don't nobody want to fuck with somebody's reverend. Loosen your motherfucking tie up. You sound like a whole nother person, Game Changer.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm trying to tell these niggas. Nobody wants to fuck with the reverend except the entire congregation. Okay, only
reverends do be running through them niggas' baby mamas though, for real. To be honest, like a lot of
but besides the congregation, they don't want to fuck with a reverend. Besides the classroom, nobody want to fuck with an academic.
Okay. So the regular Game Changer, don't nobody want to fuck with him because he's boring as shit. This Game Changer right here, he got a little swag and style about him. He might knock him off a bitch.
Exactly. One day.
Yeah. Well, you talking about receipts and camming up. I done showed receipts and cam up. Then a motherfucker still say you ain't shit.
Could you do that, brother? Because my camera broken, man.
I done did it enough. You got more high tech shit than me. I'm in the ghetto down here where they only got the motherfucking iPhone 2. So what can I do with an iPhone 2?
No. See, you don't talk bad about the ghetto because the ghetto got two things. The ghetto got the iPhone and pussy. Okay, there's always pussy in the ghetto, right?
Okay.
Am I right about that?
Okay. Well, hey man, if money is the only thing that's gonna save you, and you take all your money and go get you one of these little hut hoes, when your ass pass away, all them little hut people gonna get all your money. So you better try to knock you off something over here.
Pussy is the only thing that's gonna is gonna save anybody.
But the
pussy
over here get more. Like if you look,
pussy is the only thing gonna save you.
The hut hoes don't got no jurisdiction, but the bitches in America, they got all the jurisdiction. They taking everything in America. The whole system is built to take everything.
Well, that's because you don't drop your motherfucking nuts and you fuck with them loser ass bitches. The bitches who you want, you can't have. Who you want, you can't have.
We're not talking about the hoe. We're talking about the system itself. The system is the pimp.
Okay.
Ain't no bigger pimp in America than the American government, bro.
Oh, of course that. Of course
Okay,
that.
what you talking about, nigga? You ain't got your nuts. You went over after them hut holes.
Yeah. I dropped my nuts right here in America. That's what I'm talking about. And I ain't got to go way across the world and get me a hut hole, player. That's what I said.
When you go up to the American government, they'll cut your motherfucking nuts.
Man, I ain't worried about what motherfucker quit going up in the bitch's road in. Don't let another motherfucker control your life.
Wait.
Don't let a woman control your life.
We don't promote leaving trails of babies around this motherfucker. So
no.
You in the wrong.
I suggest you take care of your babies. I took care of mine.
There isn't. Don't come on the channel trying to tag niggas with no lame ass baby daddy shit, bro. You don't promote that shit.
I didn't say nothing about baby daddy.
No, you just said run up in these hoes raw. We don't promote running up.
Well, he was just saying something about babies. I said don't run up in them raw, and you won't let another person control your life.
The biggest pimp in America is a motherfucking government, nigga.
Of course. So what we gonna do? So what we gonna do after that? After you make that statement,
we gonna move with the mentality of vetting everyone around us. That's how we gonna do.
Hey man, you could check this out, bro. You could vet a bitch all for 2-3 years, and the bitch still could go bad. It's all a part of the game.
Exactly.
You gotta roll the motherfucking dice, man. Quit shaking them in your hand.
You just
I know dogs that got neutered going to the vet. Okay, you know you're trying to vet dogs that got neutered at the vet.
All right.
You fuck around trying to vet somebody who get neutered. Hey,
brother. We have more similar talking points than y'all think. It's just us battling over particular little words. I'm telling y'all.
Speak to the argument, bro. Speak to the argument. Don't try to paint motherfuckers with a brush. What argument are you talking about?
Hey, brother.
You contradicted yourself.
Hey, brother. Calm down when you're talking, brother. You don't have to paint me as everything I say got to be totally wrong. Just talk to me, and maybe we can come to something. No, but you got a lot of vitriol in your voice. Okay, go ahead.
Coming on here like Tom Sawyer trying to get motherfuckers to paint the fence for you. I was just trying to tell you to stick to the topic. Stop going from one topic to the other. I asked you, what's the difference if I get a hut bitch under a system where I got actual more control versus in a system where the fucking system is the pimp? That's all.
How you got more control over the hut bitch? Tell me that.
Because over there, you don't have the level of the state that you have in America. It's not as organized as a state, and it's right here in America.
So you like buying you a paid prostitute, basically. That's what you buying.
I've never paid.
Exactly. You need to get yourself unpaid.
I want to dialogue with this brother because I'm trying to get some clarity. So what I was trying to get through to you is that hut holes is not a fucking building. It's a condition of the mind. It's hut holes all across the fucking country of America, the developing world, the third world. Hut holes is a mentality, not a place, bro.
Okay, well, in my view, I thought the hut holes was them bitches that you go to them other countries and you buy and they come back and mine because you done bought the bitch. So they're gonna do what you say. Because you done went over there and bought the bitch and brought her back to America, you basically bought a paid prostitute for your main broad. That's what I thought a hut hole was.
Exactly. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. I don't promote prostitution, but I'll say this. The same dude that's going to bring a bitch from another country, this dude right here in America that's playing the same fucking game, getting got.
Okay. Well, if you say you don't promote tricking, but you fuck with hut holes, you buying the bitch, that's tricking. You buying the bitch. You didn't get it on your own merits. You went over there and bought her from her family. So that's tricking, whichever way you would call it.
Here's the question. So what if I walk past the hut and the bitch choose me because she thought I was so motherfucking fresh that day and I didn't pay for it, then what?
Hey, that sound good in theory, but you know you're going over there with your bag to buy the bitch. You ain't just walking around. You ain't just walking around the huts for nothing. Oh, I'm gonna just walk around the huts over here and just try to knock me off something. You going to the hut to buy the bitch. Don't give me no hypothetical.
Exactly. See, here's the thing. You don't understand. See, Sigma. You gotta understand like we understand. You know, when you go over there, right, to buy those hut bitches, you showing off your money. You know, you be in front of them, counting your money, counting your $100 bills right in front of them to show that you got money, so that they will be into you, right? So just by you showing your money, you are inadvertently buying the bitch. Ain't that right, Ism?
Nah. Because if they just see American man, they know he can get them to America. Because their game is get
but what I'm
to
saying is,
America.
if you in
Their
America,
parents teach them
if you in
the
America
game
and you
is
showing
get
off
to
your money,
America
but if
anywhere
you
you
in
can.
America and you showing
But
off
you
your
don't
money,
got it. But you don't got to go to
I get
America.
that. Hold on, Sigma. Hold on, Sigma. But if you in America and you showing
Yeah.
off your money to get bitches, then you are essentially buying the bitch. Ain't that right?
No.
But you don't got to
No.
go.
No.
No.
See, American with money is double American. So basically, if you showing a bitch how much money you got, then you buying the bitch. Which is why
is that what you're doing?
if you truly got game, you know, you could pull the bitch just based on game.
Exactly. I can pull a bitch at a fucking bus stop with nothing
Exactly.
but my mouthpiece.
But that's a HUD hole, sir.
Hold on, Sigma, lame ass. Look, because she can't afford a car, you can. You know, you're not buying the bitch at that point. You know, you're not going up to the American equivalent to a hut hole. No. Just the fact that she's on a bus and she's looking to get off the bus, that don't mean shit. You know, you're not buying a bitch and you're not impressing her with the fact that you're not on a bus. You know, I mean, you know, now a gay man like myself, you know, can pull the bitch. While I'm walking, while I'm using the wheelchair lift on.
You ain't never got chose like that. Because if you wear the right clothes, you can get chose with your mouth closed, but you don't even wear the right clothes, Jack. So please kill me with that. Okay. And I don't even sweat women. I don't sweat women for being hypergamous. No one wants to fuck with a loser. So I know female nature. They're hypergamous by nature, bruh.
Not even hut hoes. Not even hut hoes.
Well, you going to buy you one of them bitches in. That just ain't my thing.
Either. And that's the thing. You see, you're not buying a bitch when you are impressing her with how much money you got in the clothes and shit like that.
Hey, bro. I like to wear nice things, and a woman can just smell it on you when you look nice and you dress nice. A woman can choose on you just by the way you looking, brother.
Here's the thing. I walk into a situation regular broke, and bitch broke, and I leave out the thing regular rich and bitch rich. See, that's how I get down.
Do you just saying a bunch of words? You sound halfway slick. If you practice this a little more, you might knock you a bitch. But do you even know what? I don't want to make that word up. I don't want to make that word up, bro.
As a wave cap, and I still pull bitches.
All right. Well, what Platinum made up bitch broke, I made bitch rich. Do you even know what bitch rich is?
The bitches that you pull when you absolutely broke. If you're not pulling a bitch butt naked, then you ain't got that penis game. You ain't got that body game. That's the thing. You talking about the clothes to get chose. You buying bitches. You using the clothes as an intermediary to buy bitches.
Is that right? Is that
right? That's tricky.
Okay.
Instead of paying a bitch, you paying the clothes man. That's why when I go to
I'm paying myself, man, because I like to look good. I like to look good, brother.
I'm wearing a goat skin loincloth. When I
pull a goat skin loincloth, you talking crazy.
Exactly.
You doing some goat skin loincloth trolling. That's about all you doing. Now, do you even know? Do you want to know the definition of bitch rich, brother?
That's how I'm getting down. And no, ain't no bitch choking me.
Okay. All right, player. Well, I rather have a bitch stroking me than my hand stroking me. You go on and fuck your hand. I'm gonna fuck with something.
That's how you get down. That's how you get down.
No, I don't get down like that. I'm gonna get through talking to your ass, and I'm gonna go talk to something soft. I only can talk to your black ass for so long.
Because they don't have game to talk through bad breath and shit. See, that's the fucking problem with niggas nowadays. Y'all buying
get your chewable game together, then, player. Keep you some chewables around.
See, y'all say that.
You know what I mean? And do you even know what bitch rich is, brother?
How much your haircut cost? How much your haircut cost? You spending money on haircuts and shit like that, and you just let the bitch
know that. I don't spend it for a bitch. I spend that for myself, player.
No, you spend it because you know it's gonna pull a bitch.
I don't give a fuck about pulling a bitch. I give a fuck about myself and my well-being.
If you knew that you wasn't gonna
I wouldn't. I did it for self. I did it for self, brother.
No, you wouldn't get your hair cut because you know that a bitch will choose you because of the way that you got your hair did and shit like that.
Brother, I done had all kind of hairstyles. I done got bitches with waves. I done had a short fro. I got hair now all the way down my back. You know what I look like.
That's the thing. Exactly. And you pay to maintain it, because you want to get chose. You want to get chose.
I've been chose, brother.
What I'm saying is I get chose when I'm broke from head to toes.
See, well, that's cool.
That's how I'm getting this. That's how I'm
player. I can respect that. I can respect that, player.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all.
Even though you talking some bullshit, even though you talking some trolling bullshit, you ain't knocked a bitch off a bookshelf in about 2 years.
Trick ass niggas, that's the things I'm talking about.
That you a trick ass nigga?
I don't fuck with square bitches on bookshelves like that. What the fuck they reading for when they should
you can't knock a bitch like you can't knock a book off a bookshelf.
Why in the fuck are they out there reading when they should be out getting me some money? That's the thing.
Oh, you talking crazy now. I'm gonna let you laugh and joke. You ain't never checked a nickel over lunch money out of bitch. You better cut that out and go read a book.
So for bitch, what I need lunch money for? Well, I got game. What the fuck I need lunch money for? Huh?
You ain't got no motherfucking game. You lame to the game, Jack.
Lunch and shit. You see,
you lame to the game.
You are tricking.
You need to change your name. You need to change your name, the lane changer. That's what you need to do. You need to change your name, the lane changer, because you're lame in the game like a motherfucker.
Buying bitches chili cheese Fritos and shit like that.
Chili cheese Fritos. Oh, that was funny. You got. Let me write that one down. Let me hold on. Chili cheese Fritos. I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna use that.
You out here dating bitches, hoping to seduce them. That's some square.
You ain't never checked.
That's some square ass shit.
You ain't checked.
Do you leave a tip?
1 cent out of bitch. So if you don't stop it with this clown show,
and shit. You trying to tip your.
You like this game, don't you, man? You like this game, don't you, game? Lane changer. Lane changer. You like this game, huh? You like this game. Yeah. Go on, tell on yourself now. By the time we was over there Platinum show, by the end of the show, you want to be a moderator, huh? You want to be a moderator over there in Platinum, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna show you up in front of your friends now. I'm gonna show you up in front of your friends. By the end of the show, you start believing in this game. You want to be a moderator.
See, you out here
my phone ringing with a nice young nigga. Hold on.
You are one of these hut niggas.
Hold on. I had to decline that. That was a motherfucking pink toe. You ever had a pink toe, young nigga? So hold your mouth. Hold your mouth, young nigga.
I don't have a pink toe, motherfucker. I got 10 of them. Okay, motherfucker. You fucking with these one toe.
You barely got 10 pair of shoes, nigga. You don't cut it out.
You are fucking with these one toe bitches.
And you don't cut it out.
Got 10 toes. Your bitch has got one toe and a dirty foot behind it.
You motherfucking right. That's a if she treat me right, she can have 1 foot. That's a good bitch to me. That's my one toe bitch.
She got one.
Treat me right.
You see that's the fuck what I'm talking about with these niggas that's buying bitches.
Buying bitches. You talking about yourself.
Buying bitches and you can only afford one toe.
You talking about yourself.
You can only afford one toe.
Ditto.
Shit.
Ditto.
I got a question for Ism because you one of these rich bitch niggas, right?
Hey, do you even know what the word hopo or bitch rich? Do y'all even know what the words mean?
I mean, you don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck. No problem. I'm just asking you. I'm asking you. Do you know what the word mean?
Proper protocol is let me get my question out, then you can ask me the question. You get it?
Okay. Well, I was in rapid fire with Game Changer, so now I gotta calm down and get in the protocol with you. Go ahead, brother.
I was enjoying that exchange, but I was gonna say, so
go ahead, brother.
Put a black eye on the game.
What puts a black eye on the game?
Yeah.
Out here tricking off on bitches and crying about the bitch that left you 2 and 3 years ago with and took your baby or left you with the baby to raise the child, and you're still harboring feelings, and you get on these panels and sounding like a motherfucker at an AA meeting crying about bitches when you talking about you don't need a bitch, but at night you's a lonely motherfucker and can't play footsie with nothing but your own 2 feet. So I can talk to you niggas for so long, but I like to lay up against something soft. And your niggas crying, that's what bitch broke is. You're crying about a bitch that left you, and you're still broke about the bitch that done left you. She done broke your spirit. So get your ass up and post some champagne on that bitch like Nino Brown and get you another one. Cancel that hoe.
That was good, man. That was like some real good shit right there. So I got
cancel that hoe.
So being like
if you tried, you might knock something off, and you wouldn't have time to be on these panels all the time crying about what the bitches and the gynocracy and the feminists and fuck all that shit. Go outside, knock you a bitch, nigga. You ain't gonna me too me in my house.
So we here to get schooled on the game from a rich bitch nigga like you, but
another
thing I was gonna say though, so being someone that got like 10 toes in the game like yourself,
you see that statement is bitch rich.
Being Because, you know,
bitch rich, not ho-po like you. Now let the brother finish.
Rich with a big stable like you. So what do you think about so many men trying to claim the game of being, you know, I'm a pimp, I'm a player, but then like they have no receipts and with no respectable bitch even getting the time of the day? Do you think it's a point where as a pimp that you got to show receipts?
Well, I feel like this. That's motherfucking hoe shit. When you ask another man to show his receipts, that's bitch talking point. Because that's what they want to see. What kind of car he drive, girl? What kind of house he stay at? That's a hypergamous bitch. So now men done fell into the realm of being hypergamous motherfucking men.
No,
hold on, brother. I didn't interrupt you. I'm almost done. But ain't nobody's asking these other men to show their fucking bank accounts. So if you don't hear the game flowing through my motherfucking mouth in these YouTube airwaves, then fuck it. I ain't got nothing to prove to you because I'm not trying to knock black ass niggas. So when a bitch see it, she see it. Whether you see it, I don't give a fuck because I don't like men.
You misunderstood the question, brother. I think
okay, go ahead.
From a script because that's not what I asked you.
No, I ain't got no script. It's in my head off the raw.
What I was asking you is that there's true players, right?
Okay, agree.
Players. That's what I was trying to ask you.
Okay.
You. What do you think about the fact that there's so many cats out here that's claiming to be players, but then knowing that very few brothers got that kind of level of insight and charisma that they would even be able to pull a stable of women? Where do they stand? How much credibility should they be given, and how much of an audience that they have, knowing that they don't have the receipts to back up what they're saying?
Okay, well, you already said what a brother don't. You already said what brothers don't have. See, I don't really care about a man's receipts. When I talk to a man, I can tell if he got the game. You understand what I'm saying? I know his insight on something. You get what I'm saying? His talking points will let me know if he's intelligent about the game. Just like you guys talking points with guys on working in a business field, owning a business. You will know if you know what the fuck he talking about. You get to ask him about some W-2s and 1381s and 14 different little things. You say, oh no, he don't know what the fuck he talking about. But now when it comes to this game, if you from the game, you will know it when you hear it, man. So if you don't believe it, then don't believe it. Them female talking points to me, because I don't see motherfuckers showing their $1 million bank accounts and all this other shit and showing their receipts. Why when a motherfucker represent this game, he got to show some receipts, and now you'll believe what I say. Okay, you listen to BGS. If BGS had a Benz, he know what he talking about. But if he don't got a Benz, he not BGS.
I think
so.
That
if you don't believe, you don't believe.
Hold on. That was a false equivalency because if a motherfucker tell me they're a millionaire, I do want to see some bank receipts.
Okay. Well, I ain't here to prove nothing to none of you men.
Hold on. If someone tells me that there's a graduate and they trying to sell me on that, then I want to see credentials in a resume. I want to see that.
I understand. But see, I really don't know. I never have knocked a man in my life. So if one of these bitches come around here, they'll see it and they'll know it, and I'll show them. But I ain't worried about showing no niggas because they don't do nothing but go run their mouth worse than bitches.
So then why argue with niggas that you said that don't know the game? What's the point?
Well, I seen y'all was having fun with the game, so I came to have a little fun with y'all. Because every now and then, MOT will pop his head over there at the game channels and talk his shit, and he'll pop in and fuck with us. So I'm just over here coming back fucking with y'all, and I seen Lane Changer was doing a portrait on the game, so I just came to fuck with y'all. Now we got clarity.
There are there are Lane Changers in here. What's going on?
No, Lane Changer over there. Lane Changer 01100089 or something. His shit is, I forget his handle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He talking kind of fly today. If he talk like that, he might get him a bitch. Sounding like he dropped his nuts a little bit. And they wearing them little motherfucking nuts.
What you talking about, brother? You know what that is? That's binary for how many bitches I get. See, that's the thing. I get so many bitches I can't even keep them on the decimal system. That's what the end of my name is. You know. You see, y'all playing this old school game. I'm playing a new game.
The game is always ain't no old school game. The game is always the same, brother. The game is always the same. No nothing changed but the players, baby.
The game has changed since these lame niggas haven't been at the internet and all kind of other shit. You see, y'all on some fucking 70s Cadillac with the diamond in the back game.
Is that right? Is that right? I thought we was in 2020.
I'm on some new Tesla shit. You know, you with the platform.
Okay.
You know, you with the platforms with the fishing.
Is that what I am?
Like that, and I got the fresh new Gators.
No, you can go. You can go to Platinum motherfucking Game Essentials. You can see what I wear.
Payless sandals and shit like that. I walk around like Jesus.
I ain't seen your wardrobe.
Walk around like Jesus Christ, barefoot myself. Can you pull a bitch 30
you talking
foot?
Crazy.
Can you pull a bitch 30 foot? You know, it's not about.
Can you pull a bitch without paying for?
It's not about the clothes. You know. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. You know, I pull some out the clothes.
Well, I'm proud of you then. I'm happy for you, brother. Good job.
Yeah,
you pulling bitches butt naked. Go ahead, player.
You should be. How the fuck
okay.
I'm gonna fuck
what hey, brother, I wouldn't care. You're not the motherfucking judge in this contest. I'm the judge in this contest. So I wouldn't give a fuck if you thought every broad that I had was a 2. I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm the only judge in this contest. I don't give a damn what you think.
And that's why I had to show these brothers my receipts earlier. That's why I had to show these brothers my receipts earlier.
Your receipts, huh? All right.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I ain't into showing brothers my receipts. If you don't believe, then don't believe, man. Shit. I don't sound like the game. I sound raggedy as a motherfucker, don't I? I don't sound like I have no knowledge of the game, do I? I just been living all this time off bullshit.
No. Ism. Game recognized game, okay? And I recognize you as game before the game changed by me. See, that's the thing. See, I changed the motherfucking games, and niggas like you are left behind with the old game.
Is that right?
Y'all on fucking regular Nintendo, and it's PlayStation 5 over in this motherfucker.
Hey, man. It only takes one.
That's what happens when you change the game. You playing Mario Brothers 1 and Mike Tyson Punch-Out, motherfuckers, and I am playing the new shit.
See, what's the new shit called? What is called?
That's what I'm talking about.
What's the new shit called?
I don't play video games. I don't play. That's for lame ass niggas. That's not getting no pussy.
You talking about yourself? Stop doing that.
No, I'm not playing no video games because that's for lame ass niggas. That's not.
Stop talking about yourself.
I'm playing the real shit. You know,
stop talking about yourself.
You know, I'm playing that pussy game, that actual game. You know,
hey, don't it sound good to drop your nuts? Don't it sound good to drop your nuts?
That's the fuck I'm playing. You know.
Okay.
All right. So we're about to give some last word before we get up out of here because I gotta roll out and do something.
Right. I appreciate you, brother MOT. Let me come on. You didn't cut me off this time and hang up on me. You understand me? And kick me off. Who else with the game? Get these niggas off of here. So I appreciate you. Let me stay to the end. And all right, brother, lame changer, game changer, alter ego. Much respect to you, but you should try that sometime. Yeah, put a little of that in your gumbo. You might knock a bitch. And to the other brother, I hope I clarify myself, and I see you brothers in the future. And if you want to tap in with me on some game, tap in with me. And I don't hate you brothers at all. Y'all live y'all life the way y'all think is fit, and I'm gonna keep on living this game the way I see fit. So much respect to all you brothers.
Man, you be good, bro.
All right.
Peace.
All right, brother MOT.
All right, man.
Peace.
Can't see me.
Yeah, man. You have me on MOT. That nigga game coach player gave me a good laugh this afternoon. You know, I think it's going to be one of those conversations that eventually it's about to just, you know, like you said, it's another reset, but ultimately ain't nothing changed. There ain't no new results, no new solutions, and the outcomes ain't going to be very well for most people. So I think that brothers should take this as an opportunity and just see that some of us just, we don't match up, our energies ain't matched correctly, and that's why it's kind of a natural thing for human beings to be tribal, because eventually you get to a point where you're just going to gravitate towards those that can either meet you on the same level or get you to the next level. Otherwise, just a waste of time. So we'll see where this conversation develops over the next few weeks. But me personally, I'm betting that it's just like we're going back to ground zero again. It's the same point. So with that, you know, everyone in the chat, y'all be good. All the viewers, everyone have a great weekend. Until next time.
All right,
cool, man. Well, thanks for coming through. Game changer.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me on, man. To teach some of these lame ass niggas some game. I mean, hopefully y'all better. Hopefully y'all go out and listen to me, learn what I had to teach today, and get yourself some pussy. Because y'all be on some incel shit. I'm just trying to get y'all some pussy. So I mean, shit. I mean, because at the end of the day, man, from A to O, and from alpha to zeta, game just don't stop. Period. So yeah, but I'm gonna go to my channel right now because I got some more game that I gotta spit.
All right.
All right.
So anybody else before we get up out of here? Hello. All right, man. So I want to welcome y'all coming through. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, man, there really isn't anything that we need to be arguing about here. The people who claim that they got game or the people who don't, these women out here winning because most of these women don't really care about what's going on within the environment. The only thing they care about is they're winning because they got men fighting for their cause, and we don't have men fighting for our cause. And that's just the way it is. And there really ain't what's going on, Roast Master One. And there really isn't anything that's going on in this environment that we can't control. It's just that most men have decided to bow down lower to where women are in the culture. So there really ain't nothing we could be able to do here. So that's all I got, man. I wanted to thank y'all for coming through. And you have to realize that a lot of these people have surrendered to the actual circumstances within the environment. And getting away from these circumstances is the best thing you could possibly be able to witness and recognize within your entire life. So I want to thank everybody for coming through. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and the match tomorrow. You guys have a really nice night.